and gentlemen, VGOTM.
Okay, they can hear us now.
Oh gosh!
Oh, good.
All right,
Oh,
okay.
boy.
Everybody, turn off your crotch cams.
Turn them on. This is my kink. Welcome to VGOTM episode number 23? 23. Starcraft 2.
Good grief! No way. 23?
Yeah,
Starcraft
we've done
2.
22. 2 years of this. Well, nearly.
Wow. Doesn't feel like
We
it's
have
been
no
2 years.
life whatsoever.
We've been playing a video game every month for the past 2 years.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
because we wouldn't have done
insane.
that anyway.
Yeah, I definitely don't do it every day.
Yeah.
I can't believe we played a video game once a month.
Yeah, we did it.
I can't believe we played one video game a month.
I don't think there's
Yeah,
a single
that's
one I
true.
missed either.
Matt Walsh would be appalled at us.
I mean, I functionally
Probably.
didn't play that Amazon one.
Or
That was
Terraria.
Or
You didn't like
Terraria,
Terraria either.
Or Minecraft.
I played
You played
Minecraft.
Minecraft. You played a little bit of Minecraft.
He played Minecraft in creative mode. It doesn't really count.
It counts.
It marginally counts.
Still counts.
What else did you not play?
Well, I guess
I'm
we'll
looking.
introduce
I'm
ourselves.
looking.
I stopped for a while after
No, I think that's the only two,
Certain.
really.
event,
In
but now I'm back.
Minecraft,
You're talking about the Great War.
Yeah, the Great War.
the meme
Yeah.
war of 2022.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're happy to have you back.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess we can start into introductions in case anyone who's been listening for the last 2 years doesn't know who we are.
I have been wondering these guys' names.
Jerks.
Let's start with Witherbottom. Tell us about yourself.
Hello.
Where can people find you? Where can they send you
I'm
money?
Witherbottom. You can find me on the internets at Witherbottom everywhere.
Just go to Witherbottom. You'll
yes,
find me.
exactly. Yes.
I'd be careful Googling that, though.
Yeah, hold on. Am I
It's
allowed to-
helpful if you
Am I allowed to Google
just
this
drop the wither and look up bottom.
on stream?
Let's
Yeah, I
not-
see
oh.
Google on stream right now. Be careful, be careful, be careful.
Oh gosh.
Witherbottom's real name is.
What I learned in boating school is
Actually, wait, hold on. Witherbottom, you have a YouTube channel with 2.27 subscribers?
Yeah, I do. It's pretty
You
exciting.
how do you have
7.
part of a subscriber? How do you have 7% of a subscriber?
2.27K, sorry.
Oh, 2.27K.
What can I say? I'm pretty popular.
Wow.
Yeah, you
Um,
do. Wow.
Yeah, you want to send us over?
Wow.
Wow.
Or you should sue him
Yeah.
There you go.
for taking your trademark.
There you go.
What is
Because-
this? FTL.
Have you never played
This
FDL?
is gonna be.
Oh, it's great. Great game.
This will quickly become a legal dispute, given how popular we are.
Didn't you come up with Witherbottom in SWOTOR? when we were
I
playing?
sure did.
Jarvis Witherbottom.
Yep, that was my legacy name.
And
Wow.
we have
And then
multiple
it stuck.
Witherbottoms.
I think
Yep.
mine came up in Xbox 360. Back when you could have like Xbox Live Silver like for free and just play on the weekends.
Oh,
I had to pick a name, and I was
Yeah,
like, "What
yeah.
animals do I like?" And I was like, "Angry giraffe sounds funny," and there it was.
I came up with mine in SWOTOR also. Well, Ninja, tell us about yourself.
Hello.
Tell us where we can send you money.
Well, you can send me money to my bank account
Can
Or
I have the
in
digits,
person.
please?
and give me money. Yeah, let me give you that and some other details that you'll need to access it. I don't actually remember how. Oh, I do remember how I came up with my name. it's kind of a convoluted story, but I wrote a poem for a class about a ninja assassin giraffe, and frankly, the reason it morphed into Ninja Giraffe was because Ninja Assassin Giraffe was too long for most games.
Yeah.
And so
In-
I
in
just
more of
took
a
the plunge,
pacifist
I
ninja
dropped the ass, and kept the neck, as they say.
Smart. That's very smart.
I thought that you had a different word in front of giraffe for a while.
I don't remember another word.
I don't remember another word.
Are there other words?
I thought that you had. I'm not trying to think. I'm not trying to think. Seriously, I thought you had another word. I just don't want to say it.
Oh man.
Out of fear of getting in trouble.
what is it? Tell me.
N-word giraffe?
Well, I'm gonna keep you're gonna keep making noises. Not
N-word giraffe. Oh gosh.
N-word giraffe would be an amazing name.
well, it wasn't a word that started with N, but it wasn't that word.
What other
I don't-
word
I'm
would get
so
you in trouble?
confused.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
mean,
what
I
other-
honestly want to know what it is.
just mouth it.
What if you're gonna jog some lost memory of mine? What if I'm only half the man I used to be, and now you're about to bring me back?
He's
I'm
unlocking
crying.
your potential.
Man,
I'm laughing so hard I
tears.
have a vein sticking out of my forehead.
oh my gosh.
Oh man.
That's
Okay.
funny.
Well, I'm JarNod. You can send me Bitcoin to my address, and yeah.
Which is?
So your physical address?
Well, I'll take physical Bitcoin too.
I didn't know that was possible.
It's not.
It's like $1
No.
bill.
Oh, you just need 20,000 of them for one.
I
One
think
Bitcoin.
you can get like physical tokens. You can get ATM stuff like that. Chief,
Oh man,
Chief,
what's up?
where can people find you? Oh my gosh! Holy shit!
Whoa! No way!
Whoa, who is that?
Whoa!
Who is that? Who is that stranger?
My God,
We need to
light
close the
outside.
podcast. Yeah, I know. What is
Yeah,
this?
Yeah, I know.
I know. I feel wow.
I was about to
Not
Not
that
say,
he's in
no.
China.
Not
This
that
is
he's
natural
somewhere
lighting
else
right
light
now.
outside,
This
but
is-
it's
Wow.
bizarre.
Wow.
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 Hello.
I don't know
Finally
what
get
to
to meet
say.
the man.
It's
I
me.
know. I
This is
finally get
incredible.
to
Wow.
see the face behind the bottom. I mean, wait a second.
Face of the ass.
The face at the bottom. That's it.
Not that I can see his face or anything. I'm just saying.
And Angry, where can people send you money? Where are you found?
You can also send me money to buy a Bitcoin address. If you guess it, then it's meant to be.
That's right. Keep sending until you guess it.
Yeah.
I'll let you know if you get it right.
Yeah. I was raised in a volcano. I don't know. I
Right.
can't think of anything else creative.
Nice.
That made you angry.
Yeah. It made me hot.
Hot. I don't have a thing. I'm just doing my own.
he's Ninja's his own soundboard.
Okay, I'm just gonna be the official soundboard person. Okay, that's me. That's my job now.
This is going to devolve
I'm
quickly.
chief. I've spoken.
I'm going to start recording all you guys and then use your voice as sound bites.
that sounds like a fart. All right, well, Chief, you going to tell us about StarCraft 2?
Oh man, I had fun with StarCraft too. So I did suggest it. What is it? It's about 10 years old now, right? 10,
2011.
11 years old.
12 years old now.
Yeah. Still just a lot of fun, real-time strategy game. I've probably played the Wings of Liberty campaign. Oh gosh, probably maybe 5 or 6 times, and I still have just fun playing all the story and doing all that. It's why are y'all bobbing your heads back and forth?
I was making fun of Angry. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
We're both we're both on a Spotify playlist at the moment.
But no, I mean, it was just a lot of fun.
You know,
playing
we
it
talk
again
to each other inside conversations the entire podcast
Oh,
every
yeah.
time.
Yeah, just by
Yeah.
looking at each other. Like I see you in the camera, like that was a
I don't think
communication.
that's how we. Every time I'm trying to get your attention.
It's
You
mental
bet.
telepathy.
Yeah, every time. Like, I think I heard it in the last recording. Like, you just hear like midway through.
I had to message Ninja and was like, I can hear your keyboard.
Yeah. The fabled, super loud mechanical keyboard I have.
Yep.
Horrible.
So did you
I
complete
bought another keyboard because this one was so loud.
You got self-conscious.
in the last
I
month?
did. I really did. Everybody kept telling me that it was too loud.
You hear
You do
that,
have
chat?
fun.
Send him money so he can afford another a quieter keyboard, so we don't make fun
That's
of
right.
him.
That's right.
So yeah, I mean, playing the Wings. I've replayed the Wings of Liberty campaign this month again, and had a great time doing it again. But one thing I never played the Heart of the Swarm campaign, and I assumed it was going to be shorter than the actual Wings of Liberty campaign, but it turned out to be. I'm pretty sure it's the Wings of Liberty campaign is 25 missions, and I'm pretty sure the Heart of Swarm is 25 missions because I got to level 20, and I just ran out of time to finish it. But man, the story behind the Heart of the Swarm was really, really good. So I'll finish it at some point, but just ran out.
You
And
like
then
a
you
good story
have
in
the
a game.
yeah.
I mean, I guess
I'm-
everybody does, but I feel like that's an important thing for you.
Yeah,
But-
story is the biggest thing. Like I especially with real time strategy games, like I know that JarNod is a huge WoW fan. You know, World of Warcraft. See, I played World of Warcraft, but I just never got into it because to me, Warcraft was real time strategy. Like
Right.
I grew, playing Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3. I played the crap out of those games, man. I mean, it was all about the story. It was all about the campaign. It was all about just replaying it over and over and over again. And then whenever I heard about World of Warcraft, I was like, oh man, that's going to be cool. You know, like a real time strategy. You make your own character. That's what I assumed it was going to be. And then once I played it for the first time, I was like, oh, this is, nothing like what I thought it would be. What a Warcraft game was going to be.
Well, the interesting thing about World of Warcraft, at least in vanilla, was the setting of it was the Warcraft 3 universe, like right before Arthas, right before that. Like
Right.
he had just left and stuff like that, and I think he had, because the Wrath of the Lich King expansion was the final chapter, like when you go and defeat him. But it's like being set in that area, and so you're dealing with these characters that you interacted with in the Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3 universe.
Right.
And like interacting with them just made it feel so much more alive, for lack of a better word.
And I probably would have liked it more if I had stuck with it, but in my brain, World of Warcraft or Warcraft was real time strategy. So
Yeah, I think a lot of
I've
people
al-
had that happen.
I've always been hoping that they'd make a Warcraft 4 real time strategy, but
It's not
I don't think it's ever going to happen.
You
Same
know
thing with
what I-
Starcraft 3. I'd hope they'd make another one, but
You
again,
know what I want to be on Steam is the Battle for Middle Earth games.
I have Battle for Middle Earth too.
I played the first one. I don't think I played the second one, but
could-
like,
We could do
I've
that on the
been-
VGOTM retreat.
yeah, I've
Like
been
Mega
wanting to do
Land.
like an RTS that I've played before, and I couldn't find it. I was disappointed.
let me see here. I also know, let me look at my game collection. Star Wars has a real time strategy game too.
Yeah.
Let me look. I have it.
Galactic Battlegrounds.
Galactic Battlegrounds. That is
Oh,
correct.
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Star Wars
Yeah.
Galactic
Well
Battlegrounds.
done.
Loved that one.
That's another very good one too. I always loved it because you could, if you were the Empire, you could.
Obviously, you're going to be the Empire.
I know, but you could build the Death Star and just literally just go to a planet, blow it up, and then go to another planet. And just like it was great. But yeah, that was a good one. too.
That was before the hold-up maneuver, though, that allows people to just shoot a single ship and blow up an entire planet by jumping into hyperspace, like they showed in Last Jedi. You know?
But, yeah,
Are
Galactic
you about to
Battlegrounds.
take off on a Last Jedi rant?
No, I'm just saying it ruined basically
I know, right?
all of Star Wars.
No, yeah, StarCraft 2, excellent.
So let's do some spoilers, because I've actually never played through. I played through Wings of Liberty campaign, but I don't remember it at all because my whole thing with RTSs has always been competitive. Like one like playing with each other, usually in lands, but like Age of Empires 2, Battle for Middle Earth 2, StarCraft 2, Warcraft 3, and all like the custom games. So tell me, what is the story of Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Swarm, and did you get to Legacy of the Void?
I never got to Legacy of the Void, so that'll be another time. The Wings of Liberty takes place pretty quick after, or a few years after StarCraft 1. You have Jim Raynor is the main like hero, and he, Kerrigan, Queen of Blades, was his girlfriend, and so Jim's trying to basically figure out a way to save her, and you run into a bunch of.
She's pretty hot.
Yeah, this was back before Blizzard went woke. They really made their female characters look quite female. So yeah, that's basically the premise. You have a lot of people that worked with him from like the old games. So Tychus was a hero from Game 1, from StarCraft 1. Minsk was the main enemy of StarCraft 1. So it's just kind of like carries over, and so it's just all about that story. And so you work through, you save a bunch of colonies. Also, like there's like a bunch of side missions too. So you have like people trying to save other colonies. You have people trying to find planets that haven't been infected by the Zerg. You're trying to find Protoss artifacts. There's like just a bunch of stuff. But by the time you make it all the way through the campaign, you go back to the home of the Zerg, and the final mission is actually like a 3-part mission. It's like a lot of the times like you could like pick different places to go, but like once you're finally on the mission, the final mission, you're doing a bunch. It's like 3 missions on the planet. So a lot of choices too. Like you can make choices to like save people. You can make choices to destroy a planet. You can make choices. There's a lot of like, am I going to choose this route or this route? So that was fun too. There's for example, there's 2 characters. They're kind of elite characters. There's a ghost and a specter, and you basically have the choice, like, am I gonna, like, the specters are kind of mercenary, like bad people. The ghosts are kind of the good guys. Like, who are you gonna side with, And so it's like different stories to go along with that in the campaign. But basically, once you make it all the way to the end, you find all the Protoss artifacts, you find all the, and you make it to the end. Raynor does wind up saving Kerrigan. She's no longer the Queen of Blades, and so basically mission accomplished. Then Heart of the Swarm picks up, and basically Kerrigan's kind of locked down because she still has her Zerg powers, but she's not Queen of Blades. Like, she can't remember anything that she did as the Queen of Blades, but she can still control the Zerg. And so the start of camp, which is what I want to figure out because I never finished it, but start of the campaign like really was a big like shocker, because it basically starts off like you're escaping this place that's being attacked by the Dominion, and Jim Raynor dies. Like, the main hero from
the previous
storyline,
yeah,
game is now dead. So Kerrigan's basically going on a revenge quest to avenge
kind of
Raynor,
like Last of Us 2.
Kind of, I guess. Yeah, I mean, basically. But she starts like seeking out old Zerg, and like what's really cool is like the lore behind the Zerg. Like, you just think that when you're in the regular campaign, the Zerg, you just think the Zerg are like mindless alien bugs that do whatever they want.
Or when you're playing me.
Right. Yeah, when you're playing, he just sends waves and waves of Zerglings, But
Zerglings?
That's
Zerglings.
what they're called.
That's what they're called. That's what the little ones are. Yeah.
Did you play the game?
Zerglets?
I was about to ask the same question with her. I was like, did you actually play?
I played against y'all.
Not against us. Oh, you played against Ninja.
Yeah.
He was a Zerg. Anyway, the Zerg.
Yeah.
Zergler.
But yeah, so in the Wings of Liberty, I always thought it was like the Zerg are just aliens. They're just like bugs, a virus. That's all they're. But once you start playing the Heart of the Swarm, like there's a bunch of deep lore that these things have. Like there's like a huge history of how they're evolving, and like how there's like ancient Zerg, and how there's other types of Zerg, and like it's just crazy, like the stuff that you do as Kerrigan, and then eventually she gets her Queen of Blades power back, which that was an awesome mission. And so now she's basically has the power of the Queen of Blades. She's still Kerrigan, controlling like all the Zerg, and like that's like to the point that I got to this point where she finds out that, or she thinks that Jim is still alive. Like that's where I was kind of going to lead into the next mission, but so I don't really know how it ends. I mean, I'm hoping that Jim's still alive because I like.
We don't have to spoil.
Yeah, but it's
I feel like he has
story.
to be alive.
Yeah, I feel like he has to be alive too, because I mean, gosh, he's like the main. He was the main character from. I mean, he was in StarCraft 1 also. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking like
Give me some
like
of this shit.
the first mission of Heart of the Swarm. I see him dead. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, like what are you doing to me? So, but yeah, it so far. I mean, the story behind it is very good, very deep and good. So yeah, that's why I like it. That's my thing with real time strategy. Like, yeah, I mean, playing the games against you guys is always fun too, but really that's where I have my most fun is like the story, building the army, like doing all that stuff, and just having fun in the single player mode is.
Speaking
I
of
have the
which,
most
the what we're watching right now is Chief versus Witherbottom in our tournament. So
Nice.
it's the only one I was able to record.
I played
Watching
a little bit
Witherbottom destroy me. Spoiler
I played
alert.
a little bit of the campaign as well, the Wings of Liberty campaign, which I haven't actually played through before. I played a decent amount of StarCraft 1 a long time ago, but I would liked how they added like you were saying, there's a lot of options, and there's like you get the credits which you can spend to like upgrade different units, which then really change the game. And there's also like the tech, like in certain missions you get like ancient tech from the Zerg or the Protoss, which then you can redeem for one reward or another, for like certain
Yes.
upgrades and things like that. So I thought that was really cool that there was like ways that you could really like make each playthrough different based on what choices you made.
And what's funny is like those Zerg and Protoss upgrades, like they really impact like how good your bases are gonna, like the efficiency of your base and how you can get like, especially the Protoss ones. Like there's basically like I always go up the same path because you just get like so much more out of those Protoss upgrades. So yeah, definitely finding those Protoss upgrades are very helpful to the campaign. So yeah.
I always played.
All in all, it's a good game.
I always played RTSs again, like I said, like more like against friends or competitively. Back when, let's see, when StarCraft came out, I watched a lot of Twitch streamers. Idra, Destiny, what's his name? Can't remember now. Like a Protoss player that was an American who did well. I think I watched some Day 9 too. Day 9 dailies was great. If you've never watched Day 9 dailies, they're fantastic. Where he would basically teach people how to play StarCraft, and we would have like a fun day Monday where he would give people like an assignment, and then they would go out and and like do the assignment. So like one assignment would be like build your base in someone else's base, and so like they would immediately just bring all of your SCVs or into the person's base and just start building it and see if they could win doing with these caveats. But anyway, I got like really big like into it. I was on Team Liquid trying to like figure out all of these strategies and stuff like that. I like memorized build orders. Like I spent way too much time on this. And then I finally was like, okay, I'm going to go in. I'm going to go and see what my ranking is. And I think it was like 5 placement matches back then. And I go in and I do all 5 placements. I think I win 3 and lose 2. And placed in gold. And I was like, I'm done. This was so stressful. Like I'm so done. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, and that was like even playing against you guys, like the stress of playing against someone is like crazy.
Yeah.
Like Chief, you and I finished our match, and like literally my heart was racing. Like
we had to go play Rocket League to calm him
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's quite exhilarating.
So I'm glad that we were able to do a tournament.
That was fun too.
That was fun.
I'd never heard how Angry Ninja's match went though.
Oh, I got
We-
obliterated.
We
quickly?
did big game
Oh, that's right. You
Hunter
did big game
for our
Hunter.
match,
Well,
and we just both made a big army and went at each other.
yeah, I was about to say,
And then
like,
we had our
I
armies
enjoyed
fight.
playing, but I never really learned how to quickly optimize. Like, I played Protoss most of the time. I never really learned how to quickly like ramp up your army scale production, and so he was cranking out like 8 cockroaches at a time, and I had like one dude stepping on him.
Stabbing.
Yeah,
And-
he's just
yeah. So we went in
There's
there,
too
and
many
I
of
was.
them.
Well,
I built like the biggest army I had built the whole month, and I went.
I
He was
had
like,
like
"Don't come to the middle."
quadruple his size. Like,
And I went to the middle and was immediately annihilated. And then he just
Well, did you tell the characters to put their boots on their hands too to squash the cockroaches at the same
yeah,
time?
I tried.
That was
I
a
you gotta
tried.
get that upgrade.
Yeah,
I
that's
did the
an
fly
upgrade.
swatter upgrade.
Need
He
those
had
super
these like
cockroach
cockroaches
boots.
on anabolic
was so
steroids
fun.
or something.
And I was so sad because JarNod was absolutely not budging on letting us do it. Big game
Is that why
Hunter
you
match.
forfeited?
No, I ran out of time and things got too busy towards the end of the match or in the month. Sorry.
Yeah, so I played Zerg against Witherbottom, and
That was horrible.
And me.
and Chief, and Witherbottom probably should have beaten me
Yeah.
in that first match.
I didn't push when I should have pushed.
Yeah, I attacked him and I lost, and Witherbottom was like, "Oh no," and like defended, and so I had no army, and and then he came up and I built an army up quickly, and then Chief, I used a similar strategy with Mutalisks, and I don't know what Terran's supposed to do about that, to be quite honest.
It's so hard because they're
That's
so
curiosity.
fast.
Yeah. Well, the problem is so Zerg. If you want to say the pros and cons of Zerg, and pros and cons of like the different classes, like Terran classes, you can build up a good base defense with Terran. Like you can do the turrets, you can do the bunkers, you can do all that stuff and get really strong base defenses. Zerg has like 0 base defenses. Like they have
True.
the little needler things, and like that's it. So, but the good thing about Zerg is that you can crank out so many people, like so many units at a time. And here's another thing about Zerg. Like with Terran, you have to sequentially build certain things in order to get to like your starport, in order to get to, and then you have to upgrade starport, and then you have to do Zerg. You don't have to do that. You can build one thing and then immediately start cranking out as many of those things as you want. That's how you're able to get that Mutalisk army so quick. And so you could but then once you had all those Mutalisks, you were able to pinpoint all my turrets. Like I set up a crap ton of turrets because I had some insider information because good old Ninja was like, oh, yeah, I watched JarNod and Witherbottom and he used a bunch of air attacks. And so you should use like air defenses. So that's why I had like 20 turrets. So I was like, okay, his Mutalisk can't do anything. No, you just sent one, like your wave of Mutalisks in, killed it out. And it was just like, I was like, well, there's nothing I can do because I mean my base defenses were strong, but when you were able to get those high powered people so quick, then there's just no stopping it. Because like I was able to get Thors and stuff, but you could send 30 Mutalisks to take out a Thor, and
the Thors. If you'd had a couple more Thors, I think it would have changed it. But they're expensive and it's hard to get them.
They're expensive and they take a long time to make.
Yeah.
You can crank out 9 Mutalisks at the exact same time. Like that's another thing too. I can only make one Thor every 50 seconds or something.
I had like 2 robot factories and like 3 or 4 different like barracks cranking out Protoss units, and he was like, "I'm creating 50 units per second." And I'm
Yeah.
like,
I think for that
Exactly.
match, I had 12 different hatcheries
Oh my
that all
gosh.
had queens, which means that's 12 times 6 units,
72
like per minute, basically.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
It's
like
hard
I
to
was
stop
just
that.
running into. I didn't have enough overlords the whole time.
So when I was watching, just real quick, when I was watching Witherbottom and Chief right here, like Witherbottom, you did an excellent job expanding, and I would say that's
Yeah, I didn't.
why you won. It's like your
Yeah, my-
economy was so much stronger.
Yeah, my economy was terrible.
it was based on Bitcoin, not fiat.
Mine was Dogecoin.
I created a Shiba economy.
Yeah.
Starcraft coin.
Yeah.
And then for the championship round, Witherbottom and I played again. And Witherbottom, do you want to say how it went?
It did not go well.
I had the benefit of watching this match right here,
No.
and realized that Witherbottom does not set up detectors. And so,
Sometimes I do.
and so I went Protoss.
I taught
and-
you this, Witherbottom.
I
My
went-
whole strategy against you was going to be hoping that you didn't convert all your overlords into overseers, and that you would try and come, and I'd have a bunch of invisible dudes. I was going to do Protoss.
So that was the only way I actually killed a lot of your buildings, was because I had like 10 dudes
Yeah,
that were
that's
the
where I picked
invisible
up the
Dark
strategy.
Protoss
Templars.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
and
they almost took out my base, and I was
he
like,
killed
"Whoa."
my entire army, and then I almost killed his entire base because he couldn't figure out how to detect them.
Yep. Yeah.
Listen, this was the early stages of us figuring out the game. I think
Yeah.
that was like our third game ever. We're
Like
like
my third game
tournament
ever.
time.
I probably would have played Zerg if you had beaten me Witherbottom. Like I would have gone back to Zerg. But yeah, I did a Dark Templar rush. That was destroyed his
I like
economy.
our Templar rush.
Yeah.
Good strategy,
Good old
This is
See,
the
I
most we
just-
talked about a game.
Yeah.
right?
You know, there's just so much fun about real time, and I even, because I remember Ninja and I were playing one night, and he was like, "Man, you know this real time, StarCraft 2 is fun, but there's so much stuff, like there's so much like upgrades and so many different units, and like it's like a lot to take in if it's your first real time strategy." And so
On
I was
top of that, we were playing the first matches we always played were always the big game hunter with
with
the
everything.
additional units.
yeah,
So
I
I was
didn't
super
understand
confused. I had like 8 different types of like starting bases.
Yeah. And so he was like, "Hey, you played real time strategy games. What's like a easy one to like kind of get the ball rolling, so I can kind of play it." And I sold him Command and Conquer Red Alert 3. That's a really good real time strategy. Again, I've played it probably. I've played the campaigns on those like so many times because again, the story is what I love about it, and so like there's not a bunch of complexity with you have to build so many different things to get units. It's just build it and go, and it's a lot of. So that's another good one to. This is where I think Witherbottom did his final push on me, and I was like, "Well, there's nothing I can do to defend it." Because
I mean, you can
I
look
didn't-
in the top left corner. You can see he's basically twice the value of your units.
yeah, and I just had no way to defend it. But yeah, it was no. I told so, and I saw that he actually, while this month was going on, that Command and Conquer Red Alert 3 was on sale for like $5, and I saw that Ninja bought it, and I was like, okay, so he's gonna get into it at some point. But
It's sitting there
Yeah.
waiting like all the
It's
rest of them.
yeah, it's a really good one.
Red Alert 2 was actually like my first email address ever was redalert22@juno.com.
Nice.
And it was
I'm gonna
because
email
I don't know the password or anything, but
That's where your Bitcoin is.
send the Bitcoin to there. But it was like my dad was very against that game because it was, I don't know why, I guess it was violent or something like that. And so I wasn't allowed to play it, and so I went and played it
Everybody's
with
dad
friends.
We're like against internet usage.
No, he was fine with the internet usage. I was like 12 and arguing with people about Lord of the Rings in AOL
Wow.
chat rooms. Like,
I was in a job interview one time, and they were asking hobbies, and I said that I enjoyed playing games with friends. And
Call of Duty.
Yeah, and I said Call of Duty, like as an example. And the person goes, "Is that a violent video game?" And I was like, "Yes."
No.
You're like, no, it's a racist one.
And the guy just goes, "Okay." I was like, "All right, cool." Like,
Is that a violent video game? Call of Duty.
Uh,
a dumbass question.
I could
Yeah, I
probably
got-
your
I got-
dad probably didn't like it because the red alert was about like the Soviets being all like powerful, you know, and
I
like
don't
and all
know.
that stuff. So
Yeah, it was.
you
It
can't.
was the Tesla coil that showed the skeleton, I think.
Yeah, can't be all about them commie reds.
Yeah.
Oh.
Witherbottom,
I always play Ukraine.
you just get infinite resources pouring in.
Yeah. I play Ukraine and I never have to build my economy. Somehow there's always just money dumped in my account.
Yeah, every now and then you just get a bunch of SEAL teams and
And you
tanks just
yeah,
dropped
You
in.
just, and you embezzle about 400 million of it, and you're good.
Yeah.
So
Actually, you remember in Age of Empires, whenever you could just type like Robin Hood or something and get gold? I just typed Zelensky.
You just type
there you
Ukraine.
go.
If I ever make it a real-time strategy, I'm putting that cheat in there.
There you go. That's
You
right.
type Zelensky, you get $40 billion.
You get infinite money.
And it's
I
just
miss
a
the
bunch
days
of
of
raining
building cheat
missiles that just
codes.
come down, you know.
That's like Skynet all of a sudden.
I miss pushing a bunch of different buttons to get like hoverboards
Like
in a
cheats?
game or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's cheats in this game.
Or like Game Shark.
In StarCraft?
In StarCraft 1 and 2, yeah.
Remember
can-
the Game
you can
Shark?
look
That's
at
probably
Xbox
how
War?
that's probably how
Like-
JarNod won the tournament then.
Ooh.
He knows
You had
his
to
game
put
I'm not
inside
telling.
and out.
I'm not telling. There's
you
a reason why I didn't record any of them.
Well, if he had
It's
typed
none
in
of
a
this
cheat,
footage
it
is
would have
his.
popped up that said he had entered a cheat. So you would have known.
Not if I don't know what the heck was going on in this game. I could have gotten by me easy.
Yeah, the GLHF at the beginning, that was a cheat.
I knew it. I knew it.
Witherbottom, you have a story about your authenticator that you're going to tell us.
Oh, yeah. I had a hard time getting back into my BattleNet account because I bought. Oh no, I had an authenticator on my cell phone a long time ago, and I dropped my phone into a lake, and so then it was like completely fried, and
Not
I
that
couldn't
you-
like
Well,
recover.
I
anything
don't
off
think
of
it could
that.
be fried if it was that wet.
Okay, it wasn't fried. It was
And
drowned.
oiled maybe if it was really hot.
It was drowned.
Maybe it was wet.
Wet? Be a good one.
But I couldn't actually get my authenticator
Moist.
code, and I guess you're supposed to like write down your authenticator serial number or something like that if
Yeah.
you're intelligent, which I'm apparently not.
None of us are.
And so I had a really hard time getting access to my account because every time I tried to like access anything, they would say, enter your authenticator code, and I would say I don't have an authenticator, and they're like, well, you need to log in. I'm like, well, I can't log in because I don't have an authenticator, and they're like, well, you need to enter your authenticator code. There's just like this huge like loop, and like
Vicious cycle.
yeah, and I finally was able to like email support. Like it took a long time just to be able to like email support, and then when they emailed me back, they were like, "Don't reply to this message. Go to like their, like support channel." But I couldn't log in to the account because I don't have my authenticator, so I couldn't actually like send them a message back. So it took a while, but eventually we got it figured out. They were actually, once everything got.
How did they figure it out? Like, I'm just curious.
So they sent me like this list of questions, like to like verify my identity, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I answered every single one of them wrong.
But they gave it to you anyway.
But they gave it to me.
That's great. Those are always hilarious. It's like they're like, which address is associated with you? And there's some like weird streets. It's like
Yeah.
somewhere weird. It's like, where on earth is this? It's like obviously it's designed to make it where like which street you used to live on or something.
I answered all those
It's
wrong
like
on purpose.
817 Duckwood Avenue, and then number 2 is
Exactly.
like a toaster. And then-
Dang it, I was looking for the duck.
yeah.
Too bad.
Yeah. That's why I answer them wrong on purpose so that the AI will never know.
There you go.
Speaking of AI,
It was-
I mean, if we
it
wanted to
was-
move on, but
Oh, we could move on, but I was going to bring up real quick. I was going to bring up the that Microsoft. So Microsoft tried to buy Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion, right, last year or a year and a half ago.
It was halted.
Yeah. And we have jokes about the number, but it was halted by the United Kingdom. They claimed that the reason why is that they prevented Microsoft's proposed purchase of Activision over concerns that the deal would alter the future of fast-growing cloud gaming market, leading to reduced innovation and less choice for UK gamers over years to come. And I just want to point out that this is extremely clear to me that politicians in the UK do not play any Activision Blizzard games because they have not been innovating for years.
I know. That's 100% true. Yeah, everybody's all excited about Diablo 4 coming out, but it's just 50-50 split. You have the fanboys that are super excited about it, and then the real like beta players who are like, this game is garbage right now.
Well, Kriparian was not super did not recommend it at this point.
Yeah.
And he's I think I mentioned him last month, but he was one of like 2 people to beat Inferno Diablo before it was nerfed in hardcore.
Wow.
Was it hardcore? I don't remember. He was like one of 2 people to beat Inferno Diablo before it was nerfed.
But yeah.
Do we want to talk about
Which brings me to my second rant.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We have
Blizzard
a Ninja too.
is essentially the Budweiser of the game industry.
Oh,
I would agree.
explain.
Yep.
They're trans now?
But
Well, they support.
The new class is actually just Dylan Mulvaney.
Yeah, the unit.
That's your hero.
You type in the cheat, and Dylan Mulvaney comes up and just obliterates everybody.
The special move is called the Dick Twirl.
Oh man.
Wait, Witherbottom, explain how it's.
Yeah, well, yeah, keep going.
I mean, I think you guys already figured it out, so there's nothing.
But no, yeah, I agree.
I mean, like you
they've
said,
all gone woke.
there's basically no innovation though. They have their product that they started their company with, and every edition or every new thing they come out with is just a repackaging of the same thing.
All right, you should show that picture that I put in general chat of games from like 2010
Sure.
to 2020. Like that. I mean, that's literally what this whole thing's about, like innovation and stuff. It's 100% true. Like what games used to be.
With everything now, it's like I'm sure y'all seen that stuff with cars where BMW is charging a fee for heated seats, and
Yeah.
Mercedes is charging a fee for like accelerating. And
You know, the BMW was going to charge a fee for like blinkers, but they realized no one would use them.
no one would pay it.
Exactly. Yeah. But no, I mean seriously, like 2010, like you had your game, and I was trying to think back of like games like in 2010. Like I mean, like StarCraft. Like I mean, like the game was complete and great as it was, and then the DLC
the first
just
game
added to
I
it.
ever bought DLC in was Black Ops 2, and that was the first. It was the first Call of Duty that I like played online. I think like before that I didn't have much like Xbox Live or anything, and I just bought the extra map pack so I could have more. But that was it. It wasn't like the game was unfinished and buy this extra stuff to do
Right.
what you were promised initially.
And then you think of like games like even my favorite game, like Destiny 2. It's definitely that Lamborghini at the bottom where it's completely in pieces and shambles, and I still come back like a battered stepwife.
They're like, if you play
Wanted
80
more.
hours a week, you can earn this wheel.
I know.
Exactly.
It's
All
free to
right.
play. Yeah.
It's free to play.
Mm.
Oh, but you don't get wheels to drive the car, and you don't have an engine. And
I remember the first game that brought microtransactions in.
What was it?
what was it? That is a good question.
It's
Fortnite.
It was Oblivion.
I don't know.
Oblivion.
Oblivion
What?
sold cosmetic horse armor for $2.50.
That's correct. I remember that.
Oh wow.
And then people were like
People were
reselling
so
the game.
mad. Yeah.
Yeah, because people would like resell some of those like horse cosmetics that went away, like for big money.
Yeah.
And then they made them all free again. Oh, yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, yeah.
And that was how the idea for NFTs started.
Maybe.
And people
They're like, wait a second, I can just sell pictures that are anyone else can
fucking
just
crypto
screenshot.
bros.
Yeah, this was the original Crypto Bros were Oblivion developers.
That's great.
You know what company rarely does a DLC though? What video game company rarely does a DLC?
Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
They basically ship their games like as
Most
is.
of the Japanese games do that. From Software does that.
It's very dishonorable to release DLC.
It's so dishonorable.
Yeah, I know. Really, I'm trying to think back. I think the
Dishonor your
first,
family with DLC.
I think the first Nintendo game where I've actually bought like a DLC pack was for Breath of the Wild, where they had the Champions Ballad and the Master, the
I'm
Master
okay
Sword
with
Trials.
DLC if
And-
the base game is a real game and this is just like adding on to it and you're
Yeah.
paying for a little bit more
Right.
content.
Yeah,
And that's
so
what-
someone's
that's
what-
explained that
like-
to me. That to me is like
Yeah.
it's like there's a certain point in game development where like you hit a feature lock, we'll say, like you're like there's no new features coming in, and so these people that you have, and now it's kind of bug fixing, and if you have people employed that are not necessarily like affecting the bugs, like let's say artists or world designers or something like that, they're going to go and they're going to start creating other things that on the hope that this game sells well, that people want to buy the DLC. So it's like you have like these people making like a little expansion kind of thing that's not as full, using the same game engine. All the bugs are going to be fixed from other people, all the engineers and stuff like that, but bug fixing. So there's this kind of give and take, and I understand a like fully packaged DLC, but that I think it needs to have, like that Lamborghini picture, needs to have a fully packaged game. Otherwise, it's worthless.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's why Breath of the Wild was. I mean, like, if for those of you who have played Breath of the Wild, like the base game of Breath of the Wild was completely complete, an excellent game. And
Can you
the
be
DLC,
completely complete?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Have you ever been incompletely complete? It's awful.
right.
Have I incompletely completed?
Uh,
I don't like to talk about it.
Yeah, it's like just a not satisfying finish, if you know what I mean.
Not the
but then
whole
the DLC
experience.
just added to the story, and so. But yeah,
Okay. All right.
Sorry.
I'm saving one of those soundboards for the end because I looked on my thing. I actually have like soundboards from other channels that I'm
I
in.
know I have other channels
Oh,
too.
gosh.
So you do?
Oh,
Yeah.
look at you guys with a bunch of sound options.
So yeah,
Yeah, we need
I'm
another-
saving.
Okay,
I'm
I
saving
think
one
Is
for
it here
later.
though? Is the thing?
Oh,
You
we
don't
could
know.
do a sound too, so we'll have to figure that out
can.
later.
Okay,
Ooh.
Since we're Nitro
let's
now.
make
Yeah.
it a poll for the audience.
Yeah,
What should
what
our
sound
first
should we
sound
make?
be? Let us know in the comments.
No, it's gonna be inward.
Hey, that's what the people vote.
You remember that?
the Mountain Dew
Was it Mountain Dew?
when they
Or I thought
were,
it was.
they were gonna like rename their soda, and people voted for Hitler.
Oh, no, yeah. And there was something else too, where it was like, it was the Patriots football team. They were
I
like,
hear about
they
this
were
one.
sending like these tweets or something for this jersey, and it was like, it was the N word, and they like plastered across like live TV. Like this was because like it was just instant. It was great.
This is when like 4chan is just hilarious.
Yeah,
I wish
it was
like
great.
it's come kind of like a CIA honeypot now, but.
Yep.
Ah.
I gotta turn my fan on.
All right. Ninja, did you want to talk
Hello.
about skill-based matchmaking now, or do you want to wait?
I mean, I can probably do it now.
Are you sure? Like, I don't mind if we can talk about some other things. I got some
Yeah, I
fun
mean, your
stuff going on.
camera's off. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Sorry, I got up to turn the fan off.
Are you not wearing pants or something?
Are you?
I'm not turning my camera off.
I'm
That's
wearing
what we
pants.
did.
I'm wearing pants.
It's just what someone who's not wearing pants would say.
Want me to stand up?
You caught me.
All right.
I don't know.
Well,
Well, let's take a vote. Who wants me to stand up?
People in chat, what do you say?
We got
I'm
1, 2, 3. That's a majority,
All
baby.
right.
All right, here we go.
No.
I do. In fact,
Those
I have pants
those look
on.
like
You
shorts.
didn't believe
Oh,
me,
okay,
did you?
all right.
Yeah. Hey,
Those, those yoga pants?
I don't show
Are
anything
those
above
Lululemon?
the ankles.
Those leopard
okay.
print?
All right. I have a story about Lululemon. So I have heard a rumor, and don't know if it's true. I heard a rumor that
Lulu's pregnant.
the founder of Lululemon did not want Asian people wearing his product.
Clothing line?
Yeah, his clothing line. So that's why he called it Lululemon, so that they could not pronounce it properly. And I'm dead serious that this was a rumor that I've heard from someone who has met someone who knows him.
I mean, how is that like a
hilarious.
business model? You're like, I'd like to create clothes. They're like, okay. And you're like, for everyone except Asians.
Or a
Maybe,
market
maybe
with
they
a
just
billion
don't look
$1
good. They don't have the necessary body features.
Assets.
Yeah, assets. Thank you.
That reminds me. Reminds me of Family Guy. Peter's long distant relative was the inventor of golf. He was like, "All right, we only have 2 rules: no Jews and no blacks." Hi. Oh man,
And then Tiger Woods
So
came
funny.
along.
I know, and then Tiger Woods came along. So.
I don't know if y'all saw this, but we might be about to lose a certain section of our audience.
Oh.
Oh, really?
So Ireland.
We have an
apparently-
audience?
Yeah. Hey, at least like 10 people have watched our videos.
Okay, all right.
consistently. Ireland is about to pass one of the most radical hate speech bills, where if you merely possess hateful material on your devices, it's enough to face prison time. So, to everyone who downloaded last month's episode, delete it immediately if you're in Ireland.
I know. I'm gonna have to just like throw away my phone if I ever like.
Are you kidding me?
Is there?
Yeah.
Like the possession
Wow.
of like a meme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also,
People
if
have
they
gotten-
find it, you
Mhm.
have to prove that you weren't going to use it for something hateful. You're presumed guilty until you can prove that you did not intend to use it to, like, I don't know, offend someone.
How can you have
Wow.
proof of this?
I don't know. What am I, an Irish government?
Yeah, I mean,
There's
yeah.
been a lot of people.
Hey, what am I, an
in-
Irish government?
Ah, I knew it.
Laddie.
I think I got the proof over here.
So we all got leprechauns. There have been a lot of people in the UK who have been put in jail for memes that they shared on social media. One of the most or famous examples is a guy named Count Dankula, who taught after him and his girlfriend split up. He taught his girlfriend's pug dog to give the Heil Hitler salute, and got put in jail for it.
Wow.
I
think he got put in jail.
This?
He taught his dog to do.
Wait, everybody raise your right hand.
That's the gay Heil Hitler.
Yeah. So it's like,
Hey.
hello. And as you move down, you're like Nazi, and then you're like gay.
There's an angle.
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right,
Wow,
which-
that is ridiculous.
I got another one.
Were they worried that the dog was now a Nazi?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this one. Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about this one.
He was only biting Jewish children.
You know, I've
Um,
seen.
It's
Yeah,
like
I
like
keep
a
thinking the
racist
United
pit bull
States is
that only
terrible, but
mauls Jewish kids.
Oh,
UK is much worse.
well, yes, it's true, Chief. But wait, what mauling little kids? What was angry?
Or like a racist pit bull that only mauls Jewish kids. I feel like this is a premise for a show.
He can smell God's chosen people.
What would his name be?
Oh, man. Zyklon B.
Zyklon B.
Reich.
I might call him Holocaust and Hollow for short.
Yeah. Come here, Hollow.
Can you help me find my dog? Yeah, he's lost. His name is Hollow. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
cool name. What is it? Oh yeah, it's short for.
To find him, I'm just picturing, like that scene from Jurassic Park where they have the goat tied up to attract the T-Rex. They've just got like a small Jewish child tied up outside. All of a sudden, you see the bushes start rustling. No,
It pans away and comes back, and there's just the leash there.
it's just the chain.
Clever girl.
Yeah. Instead of tapping your legs to get the dog to come, you just have to put both hands up like this, and then the dog comes running.
We could totally remake Jurassic Park with a
gosh.
racist pit bull.
Oh man, that would be amazing.
Or a cocaine
And
bear.
if we go to Ireland, we'll get arrested for it.
Yeah.
No, with the frame it's satire.
We gotta have proof that we didn't want to use it for
Yeah,
hate.
we weren't going to publish this for hate. All right. So, Chief, you say that like the UK is horrible and all that. Yeah, but I just want to point out that the Red Cross has started to urge gamers to obey the laws of war while playing first-person shooters. So, follow the Geneva Convention while you're playing a first-person shooter video game.
Then they would have a really bad problem with Modern Warfare 2 no Russian mission. Like that's
Where does the Geneva Convention stand on teabagging?
It's not explicitly mentioned, so I think it's okay.
I'm safe.
Also, where is the Geneva Convention even located?
In Geneva.
Eva.
I'm just kidding.
Where's
Man.
Geneva?
Yeah, where's Geneva?
Switzerland, right?
Yeah, that is Switzerland. Yeah.
I just
Then
thought
who
it
are the
was-
Dutch? I'm just kidding.
All right.
It's a Seinfeld reference.
Angry. You want to tell everyone about your new workout song?
Oh, so we were at the gym. We were lifting, and I got the best song that got me really pumped. I was able to lift a lot. But I didn't really hear the intro at first. I just heard the chorus, and all of a sudden they were just going titties. And the name of the song is Titties.
Wow.
So shout out! We're gonna have Tech Nine on the podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, we were going to have
Funny.
someone else on
and
the podcast.
I offered JarNod another earbud to listen to it, but he didn't want to put my titties in his ear.
Is that gay?
To put another man's
Ooh.
earbud in
To
your
put
ear.
another man's titties in your ear?
Is it gay to wear another man's ear pod?
Oh, hold on.
No, no.
We have
It would
to
depend on
make
the song.
we have to make a quick announcement. By the way, we have officially got we've decided to hire Tucker Carlson on our podcast. Since he got
Nice.
fired by Fox, he's welcome anytime. He just has to show up to work. You know, we're still
Come play
working
the
out some of
game
the
a month.
details, but he's signed. He's coming, so he'll be here soon.
Perfect.
He's getting a better contract than Steven Crowder got at Daily Wire.
Yeah. We'll pay him $100 million over 4 years.
We'll pay him $100 million in 100 million years.
But he has to bring in 600 million.
Yeah, and no sick days, and can't take. And if he gets banned off of any social media platform, we get we dock his pay like
Another
110%.
600 million.
Anyway,
That was so stupid, that feud between them. There was no point to that.
well, I mean, we could
Really
talk about
lost my.
the Crowder divorce if we want to.
I know. I've kind of lost a lot of respect for Crowder this past couple of months.
I think you and a lot of people.
You know, he was the reason I subscribed to the Blaze and all that to get.
Yeah. How many of us have a mug?
I got 2 mugs.
Oh yeah, you double subscribed.
Crowder mug?
So yeah,
No,
I-
I just have our VGOTM mug, or the giraffe mug rather.
Yeah.
And if Witherbottom ever came to the We Got Him retreat, he would get a mug.
Yeah. You get
Wow,
a giraffe
shoot.
mug, maybe. Possible.
I'm coming next year.
Nice.
I'm still waiting on your Venmo for this year.
Yes, everybody's got their mugs.
Mine
Mine's
is
in the other room.
upstairs.
No,
It's
wait.
in the wash.
I used it yesterday.
Oh man.
But yeah, that's just annoying. It's like we're supposed to be better than
We try.
try at least.
But I'll put it this way. in regards to the Crowder divorce leak stuff, and I don't know how many of y'all have watched it, but I am very glad I do not have cameras recording every single word that I make to my wife, because there have been a couple of times when I've been rather cross with her. And I guarantee you, if it was leaked, people would be like, well, I can't believe that someone would talk to their wife this way.
Everybody can believe it.
She's such a sweetheart. Yeah. But the Teddy song, speaking of wives.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I pretty much put it on and just PR every week. So
Yeah, the testosterone boost, you don't even need the injections.
yeah, I don't have to juice. I'm just like ear juicing. Oh, wait.
So, Ninja,
Hello.
tell me how you really feel about skill-based matchmaking.
Oh, we're going to do that now.
All right.
Oh,
No,
man.
Okay,
no.
well,
I want him to boil a little bit more. Actually, can you two go play a Rocket League casual match?
live on the air, and then I just start going off.
I do want to ask one. I found an is it gay question.
Oh,
Okay. All right. Go.
It's kind of in that vein, and this is young listeners, tune out. So, if you could suck your own dick, would it feel like you are sucking a dick, or would it feel like your dick is being sucked?
Wait.
if you could, would you?
No,
Is
I
that
wouldn't,
gay?
But
If you
you
could,
could and you did, would it feel like sucking a dick, like you're sucking someone's dick, or would it feel like your dick is being sucked?
Wouldn't it feel like both?
I feel like
Probably both,
50-50,
yeah.
honestly.
The best answer I heard. Depends how good you are at it.
wow, that's good.
Oh, memes helped me surprise someone at work the other day. Someone thought they were telling an original joke, and they were like, why is reverse cowgirl like illegal in Alabama? And I was like, because you don't turn your back on family. And he was like, how did you get that so quick? I was like, yeah, you got to get with the times.
All right.
Speaking of which, would you rather sit on a cake and eat a dick?
So speaking of gay and working out, I have a clip for you. So Arnold Schwarzenegger decided the whole neighborhood has been upset about this giant pothole, blah blah blah. So he decided to do something about it and do some civic stuff, and decided to fill it in with a bunch of people. Right? You know, some quality work. I applaud it. It's great. Good job, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Taking the reins.
Mm-hmm. Good for him. You know, look at him. He's red-faced. He's sweating in the California heat. Like, he's lost a lot of muscle mass, to be honest. But you know,
He's looking pretty weak.
Well,
Yeah.
drugs do that to you.
But I found out a little bit later that apparently it was actually a service trench that they needed available, and he just filled in with something they'd already dug out. The utility company had dug out.
Yeah, I read that too. It's quite funny. There was another funny thing about someone similar with that. I remember it was a few years ago. Is she the governor? I think she's the governor. Gretchen Whitmore. Is she the governor?
Governor of Michigan. The one
Governor
that
of
was,
Michigan,
was like going to be kidnapped by the feds.
yeah, by the feds, by one person and 9 federal agents.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's neither here nor there.
Well,
But I
real
remember
quick,
she was.
We have to ask which one of us is the real person here. The rest are feds.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not a Fed.
I'm not a fed either.
If I was a Fed, I would totally tell you guys.
Yeah.
You have to if
Are
we
you-
ask
We're
you.
obligated by
Yeah.
law.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Angry,
You're
are you a
required.
Fed?
Yes.
I mean, we're obligated to tell you. I mean, they're obligated to tell you.
Well, Angry, are you a Fed?
I mean, like, why would you ask that?
That's so weird for you to ask that,
I
dude.
just
Like,
feel
why
like
would
that's a
you bring
strange
that up?
like, question
it's
kind of out
really-
of nowhere.
It really boils down to just trust, man. You
Yeah.
got
Well, I'm a Fed. I
I
mean,
can't.
Like, why-
Oh well, then yeah, of course.
yeah.
But anyways, she did this like speech. I think it was the Democratic response to one of Trump's State of the Union speeches that he did one year. And she went off on this story about, when I think of my people, I think of this. I can't remember his name, but he was like, this one person, he saw, potholes on our streets and like all these things, and he went in and like filled them in himself and like just did the hard work that good hardworking Americans do.
It was Michael Jackson.
Yeah, I know, right? And everybody
in this pothole.
everybody
Come on now.
Come on.
like everybody ripped her because of it, because they were like, well, why does a citizen have to do that when like your governor is responsible for like maintaining roads and highways? Like, why are you dropping it off on like someone, an everyman to spend his own money to fill in the potholes? It was really funny. So that story just reminded me, like people were like, well, then that just means you're a bad governor.
Why don't you just get Corn Pop to come do it?
Who's Corn Pop?
Hunter Biden.
Oh yeah.
Corn Pop was
Dark
Corn Pop was the gangster who was like good friends with Biden, Joe
I
Biden.
bought a pair of sunglasses today. I've had a pair of Ray-Bans for like 7 years, and they were kind of falling apart. So I went and got more, but I just felt kind of weird doing it because I felt like I should have been. I was like buying Dark Brandon sunglasses.
Man, you kept onto a pair of sunglasses for 7 years.
Yeah, I know.
I feel
right?
like that's impressive.
Well, so like this was something I noticed with sunglasses. Like you like for a long time, I was like, who would ever spend like more than $20 on sunglasses? Like
Sure,
I'd like,
yeah.
and because I would lose them so quickly. And then I got my first pair of like nice sunglasses, and I've had them ever since. And that was about 5 or 6 years
And these
ago.
are not like, it's not, I mean, they predominantly I use them in the car, but I mean, I take them out and go places with them. And
Yeah.
the things those babies have seen.
Wife, I'm wearing the sunglasses tonight.
Yeah.
I have a pair of
I'm like Dr.
Oakleys that I've had for
Disrespect
almost
in the
10
background.
years.
10 years, nice.
Yeah.
I put on a wig and sunglasses. That's our signal.
We got the momentum, the speed.
That's funny.
Whatever else he says.
Oh, so we've talked about AI a little bit, mentioned it, but I don't know if y'all heard about this guy who fell in love with an AI chatbot, and he was such an incel that she rejected him.
Wow. Wait,
Wow.
isn't this just the plot of what was that movie? Ex Machina?
I thought you were going to say Terminator 2.
No,
Yeah,
Ex Machina. The dude comes to like do the Turing test on a like AI robot, and basically try like she's so hot that he's like, oh yeah, she likes me, and then she like screws him over at the end. I
would
watched
have to
that on
say-
an airplane,
I would,
and
I
there's
would,
like
I would have to say
I know
if there's
this story.
ever a way to pass the Turing test, it would definitely be with an attractive robot and
Yeah.
a man.
Oh, of course.
And
But,
you're
like-
saying like, oh yeah, oh man, yeah. This is a
So I had
human.
a friend recommend that movie to me, and it was like, I mean, it's an awesome movie. Like, I know I just pretty much summarized it and gave away the ending and all, but if you haven't seen it, definitely watch it. I was watching it, I think on like my iPad on an airplane one time, and at the end, there's like a solid. It felt like 10 minutes, but it had to be like 10 to 30 seconds of just a straight up full frontal nude shot. And I always sit on the aisle seat in an airplane. 'Cause I have to pee a lot, and so, but you can't like turn it inward. Like, and
frequently on trips.
Yeah,
He
like
does.
you can't like turn the pad inward and show the rest of your row,
Inward.
but you can't you can't turn it outward inward. And and show like the rest of the plane. So you just have to sit there and like own it. And
Yeah.
just be like,
So
yeah,
you did.
I-
You
sit-
did it
sit back
confidently.
like
Yeah.
this. You're like,
yeah.
What's up,
I'm
sir?
just
Did
like,
your hands behind your head?
yeah. I'm just like, all right, don't fidget.
mean,
don't fidget.
it's better hands behind the head than hands elsewhere.
Adjust your crotch. Sorry.
Yeah, I know you just adjust.
Well, what are
your-
you
cross your legs all of a sudden?
what are you keeping your iPad propped up with? If your hands are behind your head, what's keeping your iPad
Yeah.
propped up?
Really, the
Holding
toughest
your
part of
iPad.
watching a movie on the plane is keeping a boner the whole time.
Yeah. That would be such a great skit where someone's watching something and holding it with their hands, and then a hot scene comes on and they just go, and it's like still staying up.
This is two skits of ideas that we've come up with tonight that
I know.
absolutely could not
They-
fly anymore on the even on the internet.
Oh man, there's so many there's some great stuff on there. Like old
No,
why
this
does
would be
Kid
like
you
a
know?
European Viagra commercial or something.
Yeah.
So I googled like this guy who like fell in love with the AI chatbot, and I just he ended his life after an AI chatbot told him to sacrifice himself to stop climate change. So really, she was just kind of a bitch, and yeah,
Wait, is this a true story?
this one is. They're two different people.
Two different people, but a guy really killed himself
Yeah,
because
a
an
Belgian
AI bot
man decided to end his life after having conversations where the chatbot told him that humans are an effective cause on climate change.
That's literally what Skynet did.
This is psychological
Like
Skynet.
that's
You know?
Apparently,
No,
only took
yeah,
6 weeks.
wow.
Wow, man.
I shouldn't laugh. This isn't
Hey,
funny.
that's just nuts.
You
I mean,
know,
yeah,
I
AI is
gotta say,
crazy.
there's a line where it's just like,
I don't get it.
if you know,
So I
those
tried
people
to
are
like
gonna not survive talking to a robot.
I tried to play around with that chat like
Natural
GDP
selection.
stuff, but like you have to like make an account,
Yeah.
and I don't want to make an account.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I can't
Based.
play around with it. I don't want an AI to like know my stuff.
Oh, it knows it already.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been on the internet. It's been reading the internet.
Well, yeah. But anyways, crazy.
Ninja, are you fired up yet?
No,
Skill
but
based
I can
matchmaking.
tell you the gist of the
No,
argument.
I want you to be angry. I want you to be so
I'm
mad.
angry.
I want you to be
He's
so
angry.
mad that you just
Yeah.
everything just flows and
I'm quaking.
we all point and laugh.
Oh,
I mean, agree and cheer you on.
well, let me ask. Do you? Thank you. I appreciate your support.
Hype now.
I could use some more to get fired up. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. No, what are your thoughts
So
on skill-based matchmaking?
Yeah, mine
Isn't that
or
what he
the
just
group.
asked
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
supposed to
but now
start the rant.
he's like setting me up. He's like asking me to go on a tirade.
I think I think that skill-based matchmaking is a valuable addition to competitive multiplayer games.
Fuck you.
And it begins. No, okay, but why? Why?
And so it begins.
Because I want to fight against equally skilled opponents, so that I really don't enjoy, like, it would be like if I go to the local Y and go to play basketball, I would like to play against local YMCA members and not randomly every now and then NBA players. Like you would just get demolished. You would not score any points. It would be completely pointless for me to play.
True.
So here's my question for you. That's fine. What you're describing is a casual person playing basketball. You go to the gym, you ask someone to play. You don't know. Are they going to be an NBA All-Star? Probably not if they're just like hanging out at your gym. But they could also just be
I don't
like
know
some
where I
dude
go to
who
the
like
gym.
has never picked up a basketball before, and you're gonna cream on him, you know, in some sense of that phrase. So,
Is that gay?
but then the opposite. It's not so much the system itself that I have a problem with. It's that you don't get a choice. There's no option for casual play like that anymore. There's no like, I might be able to just absolutely destroy these people, or they might destroy me, or it might be an even match. We don't know. We're just like casually playing. It could be anybody. When you are forced into a competitive match setting, every single match that you play, regardless of whether you're in a competitive playlist or a casual playlist, then it negates that even like, why would you even have a casual playlist at that point? And B, it ruins the experience of like people who don't want to try their butts off all the time.
But if you don't want to try your butts off, just lose a whole bunch of games.
Sure, but let's say not everyone is this way, but
I would say
I know
think of it
angry and-
like think of
and
it like taxes on something. Like it disincentivizes doing better.
Yes. And
It's
I
the
am
mortgage
someone who
law.
the entire reason I like a game and really get into a game is because I can get better at it. You know, I mean, arguably everyone is this way in some small way. If you were just every game you started, you had all the best stuff from the moment you started it, you'd be bored and you wouldn't want to play any games. But you know, like we've been playing Rocket League a bunch this month, and like you and I especially have been going like we started at 0 and we're like trying to work our way up to like getting better, and we like that process because you feel like as you get better, you're rewarded for it by being able to do more impressive things. But the problem with skill-based matchmaking, and Rocket League was a big part that this whole rant ended up in this podcast this month. But also Destiny and Call of Duty and every other AAA title that is using it to just expand their player base. It makes it feel like no matter how good you get, you're always going to do average, just because that's the way the system is. It literally, unless you're in the top 0.1% or less of the player base, your experience is going to be win one,
Well,
lose one, or similar.
yeah, and in
Or
Destiny, I
lose
mean,
10 and then win 1.
yeah.
Yeah,
In Destiny,
that's
I
what it
feel
feels
like
like.
it hits a wall where, like, if you get good enough, it starts saying, "Okay, well, we're gonna try and make you lose by pairing you with people that are not good," which creates, like, not a challenging game, but an unfun game where you're
Yeah,
basically
horrible
1v6.
teammates.
Yeah, and the only way past that is if you just decide to, I'm never going to play by myself. I'm only going to play with like teams of like 3, 4, 5, 6 people at the same time, and that way I'll increase my win percentage and actually be able to play the map or something like that. But if you play by yourself, you come up against that wall where you're going up against teams and it's pairing you with a bunch of ding dongs.
Because your
Yeah.
like elo rating or whatever is high enough such that you're supposed to be the
Yeah.
one carrying that
I'm
match.
I'm constantly ranting in Destiny about, like, if the game, like, thinks I'm this good, then, like, why am I not winning or something like that? And if it doesn't think I'm good enough to play against these people that are untouchable, then, like, stop pairing me with the dingalings.
The dingalings really get to you
Like,
over
people who
time.
don't even play the objectives. There's one dude over there just, like, trying to jump on a rock or something.
And there's like a honeymoon period to every single game that you really like that we really get frustrated with it about, because you have that initial period of like I suck so bad that I'm not aware of like the matchmaking causing me to win or lose. It's really just me trying to figure out what's going on, and then you start figuring out what's going on and becoming more consistent and doing well and really picking up on some of the fundamental skills of whatever game it is, and then you start to realize, oh hey, I'm constantly one step behind no matter what.
Well, I can talk about like Destiny skill-based matchmaking because we can go back all the way to Destiny 1 and Angry
Let's
Wood.
start in 1995.
All right.
I was trying to look up ahead of tonight, like
Skill
when was
like
the first.
by the way, I was playing devil's advocate. I don't really like skill-based
know.
matchmaking.
I
need
I
to
know
get you
you
on the
well
rant.
enough at this point
Yeah.
to know you're just trying to get me to go out. Well,
I was
congratulations.
just going to teabag you on the corporate retreat.
I believe that.
Yeah. Don't worry, you'll have to fall
That'll be
asleep at some
skill-based
point.
matchmaking right there.
Right.
I believe that the first time I remember hearing about it outside of ranked was after like 2012, 2013 when I was like noticing things. I was playing a lot of League of Legends at the time.
That's when you were noticing things.
Well, like no,
That was my period of aware of a lot of things right around.
noticing like casual playlists were doing skill based like elo and stuff
I
like
really noticed things from 2012 to 2014.
that. Yeah, because I don't remember it happening very much in League of Legends. When we were playing League of Legends together, whether bottom, do you remember like experiencing a skill-based matchmaking at that caliber? I'm sure there was some aspect to it, but I don't remember.
I feel like there was a little bit, but it didn't seem as noticeable as it does like with something like Rocket League or something like that. But it's been a long time since I've played League of Legends. But
we should do a League of Legends month just
like-
for the lulz.
Rocket League is not sneaky about it like other games are. Like Destiny doesn't tell you necessarily that you're being skill-based match made. In fact,
I remember- Yeah, when they first started it,
You've been
people were like, "Who
made!"
did that?" And they were like, "No, we're not."
they were like, no, there's no skill-based matchmaking.
Yeah, what are you
Oh,
talking
it
about?
does roughly place you based off your skill level, but there's no skill-based matchmaking.
It kind of makes you based on your skill, but it's not skill-based matchmaking.
Like I can understand there's a sense of like for example, what I would hate to have happen is if a player comes in and they're playing a game and they're like in that newbie stage, and they come in and they basically like someone who just picks up a basketball and they play against
And you're like the
Like
Rust
it's-
situation.
yeah, and it's like the reason Rust is popular is because of the player emergent behavior, and you can kind of work your way around that. But a lot of players pick it up and just drop it immediately because of that type of situation, and because of the way that like Rocket League would probably be similar if you had champion or master champions coming down into casual and playing against bronze level players. Like it
No,
would
not if it happened like once in a while. The problem with games like Rust, I've never played Rust, but is that like it seems like you go into a world and there's gonna be somebody in there kind of taking over everything.
yeah, you
Like
don't
it's
get
not
to,
like
the computer doesn't choose where you go. So
yeah,
you get to
I mean
choose where you
because
go.
all I think that for me, like referencing Destiny, I think the only thing that I think would make the game more fun is if they prioritize things like connection to improve the overall experience, let people's skills land where they do, but the randomness of that would already give you some easier games, some bad games. I mean, it would suck if like your first game ever was against, Michael Jordan playing basketball or something. But
Yeah, you like
yeah, but like if the next time, you're against like a downy midget or something, then
I think like you would expect like a Michael Jordan and to like if he realizes that he's just dominating somebody, dominating dominating somebody so hard that he would start giving pointers too. Just like because if you're sitting there like encouraging, be like, hey, like it's kind of like seeing a fat person at the gym. You're not disgusted by that. You're just like, hey, like nice, like keep it up. Like let's get going, kind of thing. It's like come and like you're trying this game out. You're trying, and let's bring you in and like I'll kind of teach you and stuff like that. And like, and I think this is a knock against skill-based matchmaking at this point, because when you have skill-based matchmaking, if a newbie comes in and he's not very good, he's still going to be going up against other newbies or terrible players. They're just all trying really hard, and so they're very toxic because they just want to get out of this little area. Everybody's like tension and stress is so high because they don't like being where they're at because they think they should be better.
Wait,
No, I-
I think the connection matchmaking honestly made for some better online community anyway. I remember in Destiny 1, I would occasionally we always laugh of the periods like when someone would send you an angry message on PlayStation.
Mhm.
But also I got a decent amount of friend requests too. Like once I
Yeah,
started
me
getting
too.
good at it.
Yeah.
And I actually had a couple people on Destiny 1 that I would do trials with or whatever, but people that you just met randomly, have no idea who they are, but they ended up on your friends list and you played together because the games would make you kind of appreciate when someone stands out rather than like this motherfucker is playing on a potato.
I still have people from not vanilla vanilla
Yeah.
I still have friends that I like keep in touch with, but like for when Classic came out, and people that so in World of Warcraft you can play as Horde or Alliance, and you really can't communicate between the two of them. There was a giant Discord that you could join. Like basically, it was everybody that wanted to communicate with each other. You could be on that, so you could trash talk back and forth. But I had Horde players who added me on BattleNet just to keep in touch, and still message me to this day, like when we were just fighting against each other out in the open world. Like,
Yeah.
I miss that, and I agree that like computerized or algorithmic or AI generated whatever matchmaking deteriorates that a little bit.
Yeah. I got so into the Mount and Blade series because the whole player base was about the size of just like a regular MMO server.
Yeah.
And so like I started being absolutely terrible and played multiplayer, and I was like, oh wait, this is cool though, and so I started getting better and started loving it, and then I probably put upwards of 3,000 hours on that game.
I
And
remember
all it
thinking
is
you were
just
going to
sword
get
fighting.
molested. Like you were young enough playing on some
Probably
of this stuff.
was.
You were playing on I think that and like Team Fortress, and you'd be
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I made friends with this like 40-year-old who's like trading me his swords or something," and I'm like, he's gonna get molested for sure. Like, and I thought it at the time. I was
Did it
just like,
happen?
nah, he'll look out for himself.
Did it happen? Is that what you asked? No.
Yeah. But yeah, I
Would you
remember.
tell
I
us
think
if
you
it
got a
did?
laptop or something, but I was like, oh my god, he's definitely going to end up on the news.
You're pretty laissez-faire about it, huh?
I mean, what was I going to do?
It'll sort
was,
itself out. I
what was
mean,
I
you
gonna
know,
do?
I was like 15. Like,
Now,
I don't know. Somehow, our mom and dad just like didn't stop me.
Well, it's like that age, like they didn't understand the internet.
You're
at
the
all.
youngest, aren't you?
no,
I was.
he totally like the internet had been around. Like we had gone through the phase when like I was early internet. Whenever in the room with my parents, I went to bigtits.com.
Oh, right.
Because I didn't know what tits were. Then someone, told me to go there.
And now you listen to titties while you work out.
Can I choose the next website?
But,
Oh gosh.
Wait, so
yeah,
should
by
I
the
open
time
this
you
site
were
up on the
around.
podcast?
We were.
No,
like, I was around during the like go to whitehouse.com at school.
Yeah, I know White House.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that was past or before my time.
Yeah, I think whitehouse.com was porn and whitehouse.gov was like the actual
Yeah,
White House.
whitehouse.com is a.
This is like back in the wild
Wouldn't it be
card
a shame if it was the other way around?
So you remember like Kazaa and LimeWire and all that stuff?
Yeah, LimeWire.
There was one called Audio Galaxy, and you spell Galaxy Galaxy,
Yeah.
and I misspelled it. I was young and spelled it EXY porn. It was like back in the wild card days of the internet. You misspell anything, it's porn.
Yeah. There was like a website
Wild
building.
You go to like
site called-
Walmart with a K or something.com or something like that. Porn.
Yep. Yeah.
What were you saying with about him?
Oh yeah, I mean there's like a website building website called Angel Fire, but I accidentally spelled Angle Fire, and that was like
Anal fire.
just like, whoa.
I remember Angel Fire. I don't remember what it was. I just remember thinking that was a cool name.
Now going back to like skill-based stuff, like I can tell you, like I said, like Destiny is a good example of both like really poorly executed skill-based matchmaking, and Angry again can agree with this, because when we were playing Destiny 1, remember when Trials came out and like it was all connection based, and how like it was just.
And do you remember the first time we tried it that we got like absolutely wrecked? And then once you learned how to play and got better at it, then we became like, we're going to win this every week. I wasn't even worried about it.
Exactly.
And then they implemented skill-based matchmaking. And immediately after one update, we went from like multiple times a week winning this thing every week to like never.
To couldn't scratch 3 wins.
I never did it in Destiny 1, and we tried, I don't know,
several times. And that was the problem. So like what they did was they implemented a change where connection-based matchmaking was great, because you never ran into the lag issues, you never ran into the problems that can come with online playing like that. They swapped it to connection-based. So problem was we were ranked high enough, like on a scale that we didn't know about in Destiny 1. They didn't tell us how we were ranked, like skill-based wise. And we were playing with people like their names were all in Japanese and Chinese, like they were all overseas. And so you're talking about a ping that was like literally ping with a ping.
Playing ping.
and it was like, so the skill-based matchmaking destroyed the connection-based matchmaking that was good about that thing. And so they kept that in for the rest of Destiny 1. And then Destiny 2 came around. They still had the skill-based matchmaking, and people finally like just complained so much about it, like it was just terrible, and it just didn't like the connections were terrible. That I could probably
Well,
count
they took it
10
out.
times. Yes, Destiny has swapped from connection based to skill based matchmaking, flip flopped at least 5 times, like
And they
on
always
different
lie
And
about
playlists.
the
it
times
too.
whenever they make it go away, I'm like instantly addicted to Destiny again.
Right.
I remember
So
because
like
they did it like 2 or 3 seasons ago in Destiny, and we got on and played trials like one weekend, and we like actually did really well.
right.
And I think we went flawless, like the 3 of us.
Yeah,
And we
we did.
hadn't
And
ever in Destiny together, the 3 of
yeah,
us.
and it was so like you separated that out, and then so like they had the different playlists, right? You had your competitive playlist, you had your casual playlist, you had these. Well, then in the casual playlist, like you had connection based matchmaking, but like teams, they were like, well, if you got a team together, like you're just winding up stomping these other people, so that's not fair to the other people. So now we're gonna do light skill based matchmaking. And so, because Bungie literally said, our goal is for you to basically, when you play multiplayer, is for you to win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game, win a game, lose a game. That's literally what they said. Like that's what we want to see on our like scales and graphs and stuff.
So
And
we've talked about like how devs have like Activision has a patent for like adjusting your aim assist mid match. Do we think that there's other devs doing that in multiplayer games where they will like tweak, like let's say StarCraft for example is like, oh, someone's so much better and you're just dominating them, let's just like tweak it back a little bit so you do just like all those little like random numbers that you would do damage, we're just going to floor those. So it's like instead of doing 7 to 10 damage, you're doing 5 to 7.
I don't think damage wise, but I think like I can definitely tell that when skill based matchmaking was at its worst, like I would constantly play the same people. Like I would see the same names over and over and over again on a Destiny server where there's 30,000 people playing this game. And I'd always ask myself, why am I always, and it would be days. Like I could play on like a Wednesday, come back a week later, and I'm still playing against the same people that I played a week ago. And it's like, because of that skill base that was there. And then whenever I would start to like lose that, it would kind of like, it would, throw me back to the other spot till it would start to build up again. And it was like I'd hit a wall of skill-based matchmaking. Like, here's as far as you can go, and then we're going to knock you back down.
Yeah,
And
if
then you can build
the
it back up again.
Bungie developers are listening,
And-
I would like to say that I am not skilled. Please don't put me in the skilled bracket.
Exactly.
Just I'll come along and you can party up with me, and it'll tank the average skill.
But the
I think
problem
that's what we
is
did
that
with my dad for a while.
It worked in
problem is
Rocket League until my skill got like my elo got up, and then
But
Yeah,
in
I know.
Destiny,
I
they
logged
don't.
on one day and I like couldn't even touch the ball in Rocket League. Like in the beginning, I felt like I wasn't the best one out there, but I could occasionally get a goal. And then all of a sudden, we got into some bracket because y'all had been playing, and I was like, I don't even know what's happening. Like
this is a different game.
like no one else was actually on the ground. They're all just
Yeah.
flying through the air,
No.
doing like Dragon Ball Z hits, and I'm like, am I the only person driving in this game? Like
I'm the only one where my 4 wheels are actually touching the turf.
Yeah, they would like drive up into the corner and like jet down, but do like a loop-de-loop and create a vortex with the ball in it or something. And you're like, oh my God. Like I was just hoping it landed in front of the goal and I could nose it in.
Yeah. But no, I mean,
I'm talking about Witherbottom right now.
But yeah,
Fucking
you can look back at. But see, the problem was like with Destiny, when they did the well, remember when we tried to take your dad through some competitive stuff, like I couldn't do it. Y'all told me I couldn't play with y'all because it wouldn't match us with the low people. It would match us with the high people, like because of my rankings. And so like y'all would kick me out because like, okay, your ranking's too high for us to do
I
these
feel like
things.
he's tooting his own horn right now.
Yeah, he's just,
No,
let me just bring up how high my matchmaking is in Destiny.
it wasn't because I was good. It was because I had more hours in the game, and like so
That
it was.
great.
I'm not saying it was because I was good. I'm saying it was because I played so much more online than what you did that it just screwed up your matchmaking. So
I just brought you into this league that is previously inaccessible.
you were the guys yelling at me for it. So I'm just saying. It's not because I was good.
That was an
'Cause
excellent.
if I was good, I would have been going flawless all the time.
Excellent.
Yeah, I
topic.
don't
No,
I don't really know where
you
the
wouldn't
balance
be
is on
because
that.
skill-based matchmaking won't let you.
That's right. So
What'd
You
you
are
say,
good.
Witherbottom?
I was just saying, like, I don't really know where the balance is on that, because for me personally, when I'm playing something like Rocket League or something like that, like I want a good game. Like I don't necessarily want to like dominate, but I don't want to get dominated, right? Like I want like a good match. Like I want like an even matchup, like a good. All right.
You don't want to
I don't.
dominate, you just be dominated, or
I
No,
don't want to be
no.
dominated.
I just
Witherbottom, tell us, do you have a safe word in Rocket League?
I do. It's banana.
This is Rocket League.
It's tippy
like,
toe.
like I just want like a good like even match, right?
Yeah, and I agree. Except I
But,
just
like,
want casual playlists to not have skill-based matchmaking. I want to have the option.
Well, so the problem is it's impossible to determine from an algorithm what would make a good match. It's easy. It's easy when it's a one-on-one. That's why ELO works so well in chess. Like
so you leave it on random.
Right. But like when you have there are certain people whose play styles work well together and certain people who don't. So you may have two people who may be high elo, but when you put them together, like they don't mesh very well and you end up getting dominated. And
And everybody has a safe word when that happens.
mine is what a save.
Mine is bag.
Yeah, it is.
And so like the problem is you can't determine it's basically asking a AI to be some sort of a general manager for a sports team to be like, oh yeah, this person does these things really well and this person does these things really well and this person does these things really well. And that way when we can put them together, they will compete well against these people.
But that's impossible in a sports scenario because there's so much variability. Like you
Well, it's
have good
variability
games and
in
bad games.
In Rocket League too, that's the problem.
Yeah, I know. Like, and that's why sports are so exciting, is because even though the best team in the league plays the worst team in the league, the worst team has a chance of winning because there's a chance they can win.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Witherbottom, but it's all scripted.
Oh no!
Oh man.
My safe word is foliage, by the way.
Foliage.
I'm remembering that.
I had
for the
my
corporate
foliage
retreat.
trimmed today.
Nice.
Make my house look bigger.
Nice. Did you do it yourself?
I did not.
He had help.
I had
An extra couple sets of hands.
Yeah.
Was it a Brazilian?
around
who
the
helped
bush.
you?
To be trimming the
No, it's
verge, don't you think?
Not a Brazilian. I still have got plants.
Plants, some saplings.
They're just short.
Yeah. They're just pruned.
That's a nice deck now.
Pruned.
That's a nice deck.
All right.
Wow.
Oh,
We're going
So,
Brazil.
anyways, I don't know where the balance is from like a game developer standpoint. Like, where's that balance to make your fan base happy, right?
Well, I think that Ninja brings up a good point of casual versus ranked. So someone who's like, I'm going to play ranked. In my mind, when I'm going, I'm like, casual is like, I'm just going to go in because I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing still. I'm just trying to learn. I just like.
I think of casual as just like I want to be able to not give my all and not feel like I'm being or just having a miserable time because of it. Not
Yeah,
not like every
Right.
game draws out of me like
just
the
feel-
need to-
So in my mind, when someone clicks competitive and goes, they're looking for that relatively equal matchup. When someone clicks casual, they're just like, throw me in the quickest possible match. And
I just want to have
honestly,
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I go up against an all NBA player, the next game I won't.
Yeah, I used to play Destiny 1 PvP all the time. And if you came up against an NBA player, then you'd all of a sudden like try real hard and see if you could beat that person. But a lot of the times you just go in there and say, "Oh, I'm going to do nothing but punch people this time and see how many kills I can
Yeah.
get."
Oh,
Yeah.
But
that was so fun.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, or
like back.
someone would
like
use a note
To not
use
have to use the best, like in Destiny, it manifests as like you always have to use whatever you're best with,
Yeah.
or else you
I
just
mean-
can't function in PvP.
I mean, that reminds me, like, I used to play, I think, Modern Warfare 2 with a friend of mine, and we would just be like, let's do riot shields and throwing knives. That's what we're doing. Like,
Yeah.
like, just like wacky stuff, and we had a great time. And then eventually, like, everyone in the server was doing riot shields and throwing knives.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I
don't know.
liked that. I think it was Black Ops 2. What was that guy's name? The one who would always yell. He called
The
himself the Worm.
shotgun, the
No, the one he
worm.
was like, "I'm the worm." He would just post videos that were like ultimate camping or
Yeah.
something, and everybody hated campers, but he made like an entire game mode out of it, where like,
Yeah. See how hard he could camp.
yeah, like you get there and you get all these perks and everything that just owns everybody, and you never leave one room, and everybody gets so mad they try and come to you. And I remember we tried that a couple of times, and we would try and camp and see if we could get like a nuclear.
Hysterical.
Yeah, it made the game fun to play it in like a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
and it reminds me of the single player games where it's like Oblivion would introduce this in Elder Scrolls, where it's like the NPCs level up with you, so you never feel like you're getting stronger. You're just like you have to try the same amount.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just boring gameplay.
It removes the sense of progression that is like one of the primary reasons I play
Yeah.
games.
Right.
Well, it's like everybody likes a new game plus. Like if you spend like your entire time playing the game gathering all the best equipment, then basically you get it and just fight the final boss. And you're like, "Oh man, I didn't get to use it." Well, now you can start the game over again and, go use it on all those assholes who annoyed you the first time.
Well, I liked The Last of Us. Those are always fun new game plus games.
Did everybody watch the TV series?
No.
I did.
I have not.
Yeah, I did. I
I
didn't hate it.
I heard it started getting like not as good quality as it went on.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say it was more just like there were a couple episodes that were really good, and it was kind of interesting, like what some of the ways that they filled in some of the story. I thought that was kind of a cool thought to it. But I mean, I think obviously it's kind of like comparing a book to a movie. Like if you have the overall experience of being absorbed in the book or playing the whole game, you're going to appreciate that story more than the show.
This is 100% true.
I didn't
liked
think
the
the show was. Yeah, I didn't think it was bad. I just.
But I also didn't play the game all the way through. I played about
Huh.
50 or 60%.
The good thing about the show was it was cool seeing the voice actors in the game in the show.
Yeah,
Mm.
liked that too.
Because they had they had 4. Well, Marlene was not only the voice actor, but she was also the same actor. It was the same person.
Yeah.
So
I think I didn't notice a lot of them, but I think everybody noticed Ellie.
yeah, Ellie for sure. And then, but yeah, Tommy, he was in it, and then so was Joel. He was in it too.
He's voiced by
and
Peter
then Marley.
North, isn't he?
No.
Oh, he's not. Okay.
Let me. I'll get it up.
I liked Pedro as Joel.
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
he did a
Pedro
good
Pascal
job
did
too.
great.
I'm wondering when he's going to become hated by the internet.
Yeah,
It's,
right. It's
Troy-
just he's
Troy Baker was the
Oh,
voice
Troy
actor
Baker.
of Joel.
isn't
It'll
that sad
happen.
though?
If I can make one last observation about skill-based matchmaking based on our
Please do.
conversations today, it seems like skill-based matchmaking lends itself to more of a toxic community, whereas non-skill-based matchmaking lends to more of an inclusive community. And like I say that because like JarNod, I remember you and we were playing SWTOR, and we would do online rankings. I remember there's this one guy who re-rolled his entire character and came and found you, and he's like, I re-rolled as a scoundrel
I forgot
because I
about
played against you and you were amazing. And like it was like this whole thing.
that. Oh yeah, I remember that.
And it's like I don't know. It's like it seems
that
like
was one of my crowning achievements in gaming, is to make someone completely re-roll their character.
like switch alliances and everything. Like
Yeah. So there was a point in Star Wars: The Old Republic, the MMO, where I was playing a scoundrel because no one else in the group that we had. It was me, Witherbottom, and a couple of friends. Ski Freely was in there, and they were all playing different classes. And I was like, I'll be a scoundrel, which was like the Han Solo kind of character.
a smuggler.
Yeah.
You scoundrel.
And
You
so
rebel
rebel scoundrel. Roger.
Roger.
And so I'm playing it, and like I discovered, and it's one of the few times I've ever discovered this, like a way of PvPing with the scoundrel where I would basically have a combo and just one shot people, like high level people.
Nice.
And it was
That's
like
fantastic. That's
it
why I
was-
always play the class that looks like it's not going to be good.
And I was a stealth class. I go up, and basically it's like you like kick them down, they get knocked down. That gives you an automatic crit for a shotgun to the back of the head, like basically. And I would just like demolish people. And so that was my role in all of these PvP games, and I would just destroy people. And then they nerfed it, and like it.
Wow.
So I went
So
to
I
a
kinda-
That's how
dot
it goes.
I stumbled into a build like that honestly made me not even finish the game in Fallout 4.
I remember this one.
like so you could level up for anybody that hasn't played Fallout. Like there's the VATS system where you can like real-time fight people, or you can like tell your character to target different areas of stuff. And they usually have like a percentage that you're going to hit, like, so if you try and hit their pinky or something like that, it's a lower percentage. So you have to kind of take that into account. But melee attacks are like 100% hit, and you could level up your sneak ability and get something that like did like 6 or 12 times sneak damage, and level up your sneak ability so that you got like super critical hits every time you sneak attack someone. And so then you just put on all this stealth armor, go in the room and just VATS to one person and insta kill them. And then immediately hit VATS again to another person, insta kill them. Immediately hit, it was like Nightcrawler, but with like a golden gun.
nice.
Golden Fist.
And it completely ruined the game because then like you have unlimited money. So all of the guns and ammo and everything that you have around, you don't even need it. You
pointless.
just sell it and you have
Yeah.
unlimited money and just buy anything you want. I was like, this is not even fun anymore.
Well, we have some other things to cover, but it is
All
getting
right.
a little bit late.
It is.
So,
This has been a good show, though.
What do we got left?
all right,
Let's,
we'll do this last one right here.
I'm
Yeah, I'll
good
put this
till
one right
whatever
here.
today.
Here we go. This last one. So, I don't know how many of y'all play Dungeons and Dragons
I do.
or have ever
I
played.
have always
Some
wanted
have.
to.
I
have
would.
not.
I
Maybe
would.
I'll
We
s-
should
I
do
should-
I
it.
have.
VGOTM
I have a great-
corporate retreat. Maybe
Oh,
I'll set
man.
it up.
Oh,
Maybe
let's
set
do
up
it.
a-
Let's have.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
Yes,
I could set up a campaign. Like a
Oh my
scenario.
god.
we could do it.
Yeah, I'm
I have
totally
a
down.
month.
I'm
Okay.
so down.
Oh man,
have
I'm
to
down,
do
but I
that.
don't have any. I don't have any figurines or anything.
We'll have to
so
take
we'll figure it
something before.
Man,
Yeah.
All right, now we're getting Witherbottom to come now.
Yeah,
you
with
might actually.
You go ahead and send that Venmo.
Yeah, you can room in my room. Anyway, so part of the whole thing, like the idea of is like you're creating your character in Dungeons and Dragons. You can be like human, elf, orc, halfling, all that type of thing. But they introduced
The halfling.
they introduced dwarves or the, dwarf. They introduced this idea of half races, usually half human. So you could be a half orc. So you would get some of the benefits of human, some of the benefits of orc, half elf, some of the benefits of elf, some of the benefits of human kind of thing. It's like it's always been a half human, half.
What you're implying there is that like other races don't bang each other. They always they have to use
No,
like
they don't be
humans
banging.
as like the intermediary bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Let's get around.
yeah, that's why the Dungeons and Dragons is removing half species because it's racist. So
Wow.
Of course it is.
So are we going to play with the illegal rules? Or?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
probably Pathfinder.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, oh
I'm going to have to like study up to get prepared.
We're gonna
You're
go.
gonna have to
No,
send
no,
me
no,
reading
don't.
material.
You don't need to study up.
Okay. Should I actively not study up?
Yes.
Like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I'm going in blind.
Me
Let's
too.
see. Let's see.
It's
We're
gonna
doing
be like
rapid
Stevie Wonder going into this game.
rapid fire. Elon Musk decided to, if any media account on Twitter got taxpayer money, he decided to call them state-sponsored media, and so NPR got butthurt about it, and they decided to leave Twitter. I thought that was funny.
There was another company that was state sponsored, and he said they were 70% state sponsored. They came out and said, actually, we're less than 70%. So he changed it to 69%.
The level of
"That's
pettiness.
just
I know.
nuts."
He's
Wow.
so- I love Elon Musk so much.
I love him.
All right, the last one that I got going is apparently AOC has a burner account. I don't know if
She
you heard about
does.
this.
What?
And
Also, has this photo on Twitter been like, if she asked you to give up your guns, would you? And it's like her looking especially
like,
busty.
with
Like, is that a real photo? Or
It
is
is a
that
real
like
photo.
an AI generated
No,
like
that's a real
busty
photo.
AOC photo?
Oh, she's always had
It's
nice.
just someone's just typing in the AI, like,
Like,
AOC,
show me busty
big boobs.
AOC pics.
But
Hey,
this
if Nancy Pelosi came in that swimsuit to knock on my door, I'd give up my guns.
So allegedly her thing was Zaza Demon or Zaza Smoka.
Weapons of mass destruction.
Anyways, yeah, Zaza Demon. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, she called
Calcium
allegedly
cannons.
told Matt Walsh that he's a hateful little freak, and I can't wait until he pisses off a trans person that actually says unhinged as you claim to say they all are. Can't be a bigot if you're no longer breathing. Smiley face. I believe this was right before the training that shot up the people in Nashville.
It was 2 days before the shooting in Nashville.
Yeah,
Oh, it
interesting.
was before?
hmm
Oh, that came after.
Anyway, shall we go to voting?
Yeah.
Unless y'all have anything more to comment on AOC's boobs.
I got to find that picture, though.
I'll send it to you in.
He wants to
Nice.
message me. Look for Angry Giraffe on Twitter.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
AOC
I
is
got-
an
I got a-
amazing actress, by the way.
I got a Twitter DM today.
Did you really?
It was like obviously spam.
Oh.
Like, I mean, it's like
I
I
don't
don't
get
know. I just like decided to respond to it because it wasn't like the usual like hi whatever. It said, "What country are you from?" And I just said, "What? Like, take a guess." And she said, "Nigeria." And I said, "Are you just saying that because I'm a giraffe?" And then she stopped responding.
You should have just said yes after everything after that. Like, are you from Nigeria? Yes.
Yes.
Can you help me? Yes. Can I do? Yes. It's so great.
All right. So
Here we are.
this month we have a number of games. Valheim is my suggestion. It was the game that started it all. It has come out with an expansion or update. Mistlands, I believe it's called. Changes have happened. Spiders exist now in the world.
What the hell?
No.
Oh, that's going to be a
You've
no
lost
vote
Angry's
for
vote.
Angry.
I think it would be a phenomenal game to revisit. Gunfire Reborn is also one of mine. It's a 4-person co-op roguelike game. I want to play it desperately, so I'm going to keep suggesting it until we play it.
I feel like Ninja and I have been suggesting that for a while too, and now you've adopted it.
It's true.
You guys don't
I
vote
usually
for it.
don't suggest it because you already have.
All right. Angry. What's Raft?
Raft is the one that I'm going to suggest until we do it. It's, I think I've said before, you're on a raft. get other stuff. You build the raft. I think it's very buildy and adventure-y. It would be a lot of fun, I think,
Do
for
you
us
ever
to all
get
be on a
off the
raft
raft?
together. I don't. You got to play the game, find out.
No.
Yeah, that's.
I was just
you don't wanna
curious. I was
spoil
just
the ending,
asking.
dude.
Yeah,
Gosh.
I don't know. How am I supposed to know? And then GTFO is I think it's like what was that game we played that was the kind of tactical one? Oh, Ready or Not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it
It's almost like a Ready or Not, like combined with
was
zombies.
aliens.
Is it
Oh.
aliens?
I thought it was aliens. I could be
It's
wrong though.
some type of creature.
Nefarious in
And
nature.
yeah, I think it's co-op and it looks scary and fun.
Very and fun.
All right. I think Chief suggested Jedi Survivor.
I did until I discovered it's unplayable
Oh,
because it just
yeah,
keeps crashing.
That was something I wanted to bring up. So apparently, EA figured out a way to determine what GPU you have in your account or in your computer. So if you swap GPUs and try and play Jedi Survivor, it will be like, you can't do this. You've already installed and played Jedi Survivor on a different computer.
Oh my gosh.
So
Oh.
thank you, EA.
Interesting.
Wow.
Fuckers.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right.
But yeah, the story of Jedi Survivor is, again, single player. That's why I like it. But
I don't want to play with you guys.
But yeah, it's like we've played single player games before.
Yeah.
But the problem with it is I was playing. Let me see here. I've got 3 hours in the game, and the game has crashed on me about 6 times. So, and I'm not even like running at high specs or anything. Like, it is.
Sorry.
What is so funny? What was that about?
Angry just did like a hiccup or something.
I don't know what it was. I just saw him like turn to the left and go, and then quickly turn off his mic. He's still choking over there. Someone needs to. But no, yeah, just I don't know. The story is great. It's a great Star Wars game, but
Unplug it.
just annoying. Like trying to play it, it was brand new. I was trying to play it like last night, and it crashed on me 3 times. I'm like, okay, I'm just done playing. So,
All right. Sons of the Forest, Ninja.
I had to unplug there for a second.
Yeah. Welcome back.
It's a panic, just like yank.
Yeah. Well, there's not a mute button on this thing. I don't think
Wow.
so.
All right, Sons of the Forest. It's the follow-up game to The Forest, and it's got the word "sons of" in it. So it'll be scary, and we'll build stuff, and there'll be zombies. I don't know much more about the game other than that, but
Survival crafting.
did we ever beat the forest?
we
Yes.
did. We did beat the
How
forest.
did that end?
We chose to make someone else also have to go through what we went through so that we could save our kid,
right.
who then became some sort
I
of
didn't want
like
to, but I was
prototype.
co-opted.
alien human menace.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Interesting.
Who suggested Kerbal Space Program?
That was me. Just a fun little, insanely realistic physics game about space. It makes you feel stupid when you're trying to like build rockets and stuff.
I'm honestly like surprised that you would suggest it. Not because like it's a game I would not have thought that you would have played before.
Oh yeah, I've played it before. It's fun.
I had a lot
I
of
think
people recommend it to me.
so. It's not like the really. It's just the physics or the realistic thing about it. Like hyper realistic about physics. But like the first time I played it, like I was building a little rocket ship. I had all my little dudes. I kept killing them because my rocket would blow up. I'd take off and stuff. Well, I finally got one launched like into space, and he's probably still orbiting the planet out there. It like shows you their trajectory of like where they're gonna go, and he's stuck in an infinite orbit, never to return to any. And there's no way I can save him. So he's gone. So, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty funny. Like, you don't feel bad about blowing up rockets because they're just little green aliens. But
Wow.
Wow.
like I tried to
All of my
like,
little green audience members are like, wow.
I know, right? But it is fun. I'll give you, it's fun, like being like creative and crafting with rockets in space. But you're talking about insanely hyper realistic physics. Like
Oh my gosh.
that was extremely loud. Like my
Wow.
Wow.
eardrums were bleeding.
Sorry.
That was a bug?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it was a beetle.
I don't even have that one.
Yeah.
That must be a new one or something. You must have made that one. But anyways,
I'm scared
but
to
no,
press
Kerbal-
another one
Kerbal-
because I don't know if it's safe for work.
Who cares? Good luck, everybody. Okay.
And-
That was a
Well,
good one.
That's
I
kinda
liked
Is
it.
cool.
that
You know what?
what was bad about that?
I just didn't know. It's not from my server.
Yep.
All
Well,
right.
All right.
Well, what's this Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Chief?
Yeah, I suggested that one. So this one would be if we wanted to make a
games, huh?
switch in
Whoa.
gaming
I gotcha.
platforms
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Wow.
by going to the Switch.
Wow.
So May 12th is when Tears of the Kingdom comes out, and I'm incredibly excited to play it. It's going to be just an amazing story. And as Angry he wants to play a build crafting game. There is build crafting in Tears of the Kingdom. Now, I don't
Selling
know.
point.
I don't know if there's base building. No one knows about that yet. But there is like building vehicles in Tears of the Kingdom and stuff, and like building all types of cool stuff. So, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna be playing that as soon as it comes out. I will be glued to my Switch. So, looking forward to it.
Nice.
Now, if we pick that game, you all have the opportunity, if you've never played Breath of the Wild, to kind of play that for a bit too. Like you'll have 12 days, which is plenty of time to
10 days now.
10 days now, I guess, but plenty of time to play that game and know what the story's about. So,
Okay. Barrow trauma? How do you spell it? How do you pronounce it with the bottom?
Barotrauma is how I
Barotrauma.
pronounce it,
Okay.
but maybe that's wrong. I don't know.
Ellis.
What did you say?
Barotrauma.
That's correct.
It's like a crew submarine game, but you're in the seas of Europa, like under the ice of Europa, the planet
Ooh.
Europa.
Hmm.
And so you're like manning
Look
it.
that
So you
up.
got like different crew jobs. Like one person's the captain that like steers the ship. One person's like the gunner. One person's like the mechanic that keeps the ship running and things like that. And you're going under the ice and like doing these missions that kind of like expand the colonies in Europa. But there's like alien life forms that you have to like fight off, and they can like infect you, and you can turn evil or whatever. Like you can have like
This sounds
bad
hilarious.
guys. It's pretty fun. So I think it would be a pretty fun multiplayer game for us to play.
And Grim Dawn?
Grim Dawn is a what do you call it? Isometric action adventure game, ARPG.
Diablo.
Kind of
basically
like
two.
Diablo. Yeah, Diablo 2 esque in a different setting, which is one of my favorite types of games. I've played a little bit, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, I've played a little bit also. All right, Redfall.
I don't know a whole lot about this. It's from the
I
same
have something
studio.
about Redfall.
Okay, go for it.
So apparently, someone leaked gameplay footage of Redfall,
Oh.
and it showed that it looked terrible. So Bethesda sent out a DMCA strike against them, but basically deleted anything related to the game on Twitter and caused them their own account to get copyright struck by their parent company.
Wow. Well done.
Nice.
Anyway,
It just released today.
yes.
I don't know much about it. I think it's a vampire slaying. Like there's a island that's like inhabited by vampires, and you're supposed to go there and kind of like figure out what's going on and like rid it of the vampires and that. So it's like a kind of like, it can be a solo or squad based vampire slaying combat. Same studio that did Dishonored, which are some games that I've enjoyed. So it sounded like a fun one,
yeah.
but I don't know a whole lot about it.
As an aside, I have heard that it's janky, not super polished. This was the first time I heard about it, so when it's like you have a studio with a good track record that doesn't get a lot of marketing, a lot of YouTubers are talking about giving it like 6 out of 10. Like not very.
Why
good
can't
games.
Bethesda
Steam,
just?
It says 24% of the 172 user reviews for this game are positive.
Oof.
24.
So
Why can't Bethesda
maybe in
just
6 months because
change
it sounds like the idea sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. It looks really cool. Like I'm
So
rewatching the.
maybe
thing
we
on
should
the Steam page
hold
right now.
on that one and try it again some other time.
Yeah.
See
were
what
saying, Chief,
becomes of it.
about Bethesda.
I'm saying why can't they just stick to Elder Scrolls
They're coming
and
out with a new one,
Yeah, but-
Starfield.
yeah, and then like I know they're coming out with Starfield, but like everybody wants Elder Scrolls. Everybody wants a new Fallout.
You can choose your own. You can choose your own like your pronouns in the Starfield.
I know I
goodness.
can be a man with boobs
But
and
if
all
you
that stuff.
but if you choose they them, you have a 41% chance of committing suicide halfway through your run.
oh, that's true.
Oh,
That's probably what I'll want to do to myself after playing that game because it's so terrible. But I just want Elder Scrolls 6. Like that's what I want. And Bethesda's never gonna release it. They've been saying they're gonna be releasing it for like 10 years. It ain't gonna happen.
No. All right. Last one is Total
scary.
War Rome 2. This was recommended by Happy Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Total War games are kind of like a little bit kind of like a civilization on one side, but then when you fight battles, it's very much a micro. So you build up your armies, you fight, and then you place them, and then you go and you have to like specifically tell units where to go. And so it's very much like strategy and like so you have turn-based macro into real-time strategy micro. Does that make sense? You'll know what macro and micro is.
Well, micro is small, macro is big.
In terms like an RTS. So macro in an RTS is economy. So when you're building up in StarCraft, someone would say like your macro is good because you're getting your resources good, you're not supply blocked, and you're getting your Vespin gas. Micro is how do you control your army?
Right.
So in Total War is like turn-based macro. It is a turn-based game of how do you get your economy going and that type of thing so you can slow down a little bit, and then micro battles so you get to control individual units in a battle. It's a lot of fun.
Cool.
Okay. We are almost done. Don't worry with the bottom. Who would like to vote first?
I'll go first.
All right.
Ooh, that was fast.
wow, he's quickest
Well,
draw
he is
in
the chief.
West.
All right, Chief first. All right, Legend of Zelda 1, Valheim 2, a Raft 3,
Ooh.
Kerbal 4, Survivor 5.
Wow.
Who has to go next?
I will.
Oh, with the bottom does.
Sorry, I was reading some.
Um,
A message from Ninja.
Yeah. Everyone know.
I'll do Gunfire Reborn 1,
Ooh.
Valheim
Ooh.
2,
Ooh.
Kerbal 3, Barotrauma 4. And Legend of Zelda 5.
Who was that?
Got some applause from the audience. All right, who wants to go next?
I will. Number 1, numero uno, Valheim. Number 2, Craft. Number 3, Gunfire Reborn. Number 4, Sons of the Forest. Number 5, Kerbal Space Program.
All right, I'll go next. I'm going to go number 1, Gunfire Reborn.
Oh gosh.
I'm just kidding.
I'm going to go 2, Grim Dawn. 3, Valheim. 4,
I see a pattern.
Barotrauma. And 5, I'll do Total War Room. Thank you. All right, Ninja.
I guess that leaves me. Should I go in reverse order for build up?
Sure.
All right. I can wait. Number 5, we'll do Barotrauma. Number 4, we're gonna do GTFO. Yeah. Number 3, I'm gonna do Gunfire Reborn.
Ooh,
Yeah. 2, I'm gonna do Raft.
nice.
And 1, you knew it was coming. I'll do Valheim.
Yeah. 12. Nice.
Wow.
I'm gonna do Valheim.
Wow. Let's see. Wow.
All right.
All right.
It
We
begins
return.
again.
Yes.
We start
Return
anew
to Valheim.
2 years.
Time's a
later.
flat circle.
Well,
Oh, Valheim. I'll have to get Ski Freely to set that server up again.
I cannot wait. Are we going to continue where we left off? I mean, we all
Yeah.
should still have our characters.
I
at the
mean,
very
I've got
least.
a lot of troll armor still. So.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything.
I don't either.
We should just start a new place, even though we'll have our same character with all the big armor stuff. We should just start a new place.
Totally.
Like
could.
I loaded it up yesterday, and like my character still has all that wolf armor, like the
Yeah, I know, we look
expensive
good.
stuff. But yeah, we could just start in a brand new place. We'll be able to get started, get crafting, and it's a great way to stay in shape.
Great way to stay in shape.
We'll just get a nice place together. Just really make it our own.
And then Ninja comes
Well,
along and knocks it
let's
down
see,
because it
that
wasn't
was
built
the-
up good enough.
Say what?
I said the Ninja will come around and knock down whatever you built because it wasn't done good enough.
That's right.
Oh, man.
The feng shui was off.
The
Yeah, I
shade
hope
is starting early this month.
I hope we
That's right.
replay a lot of games because I can't wait to noodle again in Satisfactory.
I want to play Satisfactory again. Like I want to.
We should do it.
That should be another like replay. At
See you
some
for
point.
year 3 or year 4.
Yeah.
Year 8. We're gonna do
Yeah.
Satisfactory again.
Your turn. Hey, you, the people, have the power to bring us all the way to year 8.
That's right. Your sponsorships.
Yes.
All right. I guess we're about to be ending it, right? Don't end it yet
What do you
But we
want to
still
do?
have one more
because
sound
I've got
It's my favorite one.
this is from
I will
As
remember.
Cross's server,
Oh gosh.
and this will be great for
Turn it
us
down.
because it's what we want. It's what we want people to do. All right.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.
There you go.
Wow. There you go. Wow.
This
There
is
you go.
VGOTM.
That's right.